hello, everyone.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Iron Valor. My name is Daniel Hodges, and we are picking up with episode 2 of Aroria Origins, where we're diving into some of the deeper lore of Stargazer's Guide to Aroria. Let me double check to make sure all my stream stuff's working the way that I want it to. It looks like it is. Okay, cool. Very awesome. Alright, couple quick announcements before we get started on this second episode. We want to shout out some of our partners over our... one of our partners is Nine Realms Gaming. Nine Realms Gaming makes dice trays and dice towers and dice boxes and all kinds of fun stuff out of wood, and they do laser etching and do all kinds of stuff. They have a bunch of items for Stargazer's Guide to Aroria, and they're awesome. You can use command realms to get to track them. Go to their website, and I think you can do like one of our Liar 10 to get 10% off of your purchase. We also want to shout out Mithril Armory. I think they're doing pre-orders right now for some dice over on Kickstarter. They made these little dragon dice, and now they've got a Morningstar set out now that you can pre-order and back. That's Command Myth. They're wonderful. You can go get all kinds of cool stuff from them. You can follow us on socials at Ink and Lyre everywhere on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. Of course, Ink and Lyre here on Twitch with Command Socials. And I didn't mention this last time at the top. I don't know why. But there are Valor tokens in this game, and you can give luck to our players, and you can bless the party and curse the party. Max has a fun little table that he's made for us as we go throughout this. So, but the big thing is everyone can get 3 lucks, and those commands will be dropping through in the chat. I think I did Command Valor, and I think I made it to where everyone can see it. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, so you can go check out or you can give luck to our players and blesses and curses and all kinds of stuff. And of course, last thing before we get started is you guys can, if you are interested in this setting and you like what we're doing here, you can purchase it over on DriveThruRPG and our website at Command SGTA for Stargazer's Guide to Aroria. And you get all that stuff, and you can join in the adventures with us. So, super fun, astrological setting. It's super fun. I believe that's all. So, let us jump back into it and get ready for episode 2 of Aroria Origins Trumpery.
Happy
New Year!
Again!
Birthday.
Again! Wow, the years go by so fast.
So quickly.
Happen?
So quickly. Last time on Aroria Origins, fate crossed the path of our merry band of adventurers as they came upon a shadow tempest in the watershed of what would be modern-day Eldergard in the southern or the western portion of Aroria. After a short confrontation, Ernest here speared the beast with a magical weapon forged from the current of the Langwood River and starlight.
Yeah.
As the creature was destroyed, in a whirl of cold, the spear went with it, and so did Elista's arm. Trompery quickly ushered you all through a portal to a safe place in Aroria North, where she thawed Elisa's arm, and we took a little bit of time to get to know each other. And in time, Trompery proposed that we all travel together for a little while in an attempt to recreate the spear and forge the means to protect ourselves from the dangers that this world presents. She told you about a friend who may have the means to store magical energy in a battery of some kind. And tomorrow, she's going to take us on a short journey to go see him. But for now, we find ourselves in the twilight of Trompery's reverie, beneath this kind of old fey oak with little pixies floating about, moving in and out of the nearby planar portal to the Feywild, and the everlasting sunset that flows through it. It's mid-afternoon-ish. It's about time to start getting things ready for dinner and getting all those things set up and winding down for a long rest. But the floor is yours. What would you all like to do?
Ernest is probably like messing with the grass, picking some flowers and stuff, as our gentle giant does. Just glancing around at everybody, trying very poorly to read the room.
When we last left Penley, he'd probably finished his bread and was just probably also just chilling. Just chilling.
It's pocket bread.
Pocket bread. The best kind of bread.
The best kind of bread, yeah. That's where the flavor comes from, the pocket.
Exactly.
What flavor is in the pocket?
Lint. And or barbecue.
Unwashed, just general. These are the early ages. It's been some
Sand.
time since they've washed
It's
their
sand.
clothes.
It's you know everything seasoning.
Oh, it's everything, but not the things that you would want.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Thing wrong.
everything raw.
My favorite, everything wrong seasoning.
Delicious.
Yum.
So that's what Penley's up to.
On that note, I think Elista has some work she needs to do over in the corner. So, as the crazy lady, I think she took our owl with her, didn't she? She kind of walked off with him.
The crazy lady, you mean Trompery?
Yeah.
Our gracious host.
Our gracious host.
Not as crazy as me, but
I do think that she was walking off with our owl friend. We were going to get something, right?
food
Going to get
Very
something.
or something gross like that.
Yeah, maybe we were.
Gross like food?
I believe Trompery had asked our dear Doran to accompany her while they went to go pick some oranges, I think, or some sort of fruit. So
What
that's
time of day is it?
It's like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Oh, cool. Okay.
She
Yeah,
picked the shortest person to go pick fruit from trees.
He can fly.
he could fly.
Excuse me?
So
Jesus.
I'm a bird.
Also, not to derail briefly, but because it's up on the screen now, I want you to all peep Pendley's like really cool token that I commissioned from McBluff. Super awesome. Just put
Yeah, Mac.
that one that says
Mac is the
ungingered there.
I don't
Yeah.
know, McBluff.
Adrene is also here now if But you would have to refresh, I believe.
Is it? Is it working? I was so ready. Let's try it again.
Is it here?
Killer, bring it back.
I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try.
Run it back,
I
run it
will.
back.
I will make it work.
They decided to run off the board instead.
Well, while
It's-
you're doing that,
Yeah, I was about to say it sounded like Elista was trying to go do something.
yes,
A dream.
she's gonna kind of like watch them go, and as they do that, she'll kind of turn back around, like, okay, I have to make a call. I will be back in a few minutes. Y'all, I guess keep doing whatever you're doing. Doing great, champs. And with that, she'll
Thank you.
duck over behind, I don't know, some bushes or a decent distance away and kind of like sit crisscross.
Crisscross applesauce.
Feet together. And she's going to start communing with her patron. I guess for lack of a better word.
You want to do that right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you step away from the group and you begin walking in this. This is a pretty area. This is Aroria North. It's a little bit more tropical than the southern area of the continent is. A little bit warmer. What's that?
Rainbow's over there fucking shit up.
Yeah, Rainbow's fucking shit up. There's a gunshot 100 feet to your left. No.
My God.
No.
Ernest jumps and hides behind Pin.
Our owl is dead.
Immediately dies.
Got this.
But this is a very nice area of Aroria. It's a little bit warmer, nice and tropical. There's a good breeze, a little bit of humidity, and you find a nice little trail that you can walk and kind of get some distance away from the group. And a lot of trees in this area. A lot of trees in this area. But Elasta, you're not from the plain of trees.
Yeah.
So you continue walking for a little bit longer until you find a good open area outside of those trees where you can get a good look at the sky and feel more connected to the open world above you. So I know you wanted to talk to this person, to your patron, but set the scene for us. What does this look like for Elista when she goes to call upon Dealmaker? What does this look like? How does this happen?
So she'll kind of seat herself, feet together, legs down, and she'll kind of close her eyes. And as she's sitting there, her pigtails, which are very long and very pale, just kind of start flipping out and like going a little bit crazy, like tentacles or something. And she starts to lift into the air. And as she does, there's almost like a small tornado of like air around her, just picking up. It's not exactly visible, but anything nearby, like bugs, twigs, leaves, just get picked up with it and carried. And there's a certain like feeling of right before a lightning bolt strikes the earth when you get all the hair up on your arm and you can taste the ozone in your mouth.
Yeah, that low or the high pressure, low pressure.
Yes.
That juxtaposition. Max, do you think Elista is partially becoming wind as well, or is she full form as she goes up, or are pieces of her starting to wisp off into air?
I'd say it's probably pieces of her kind of coming off, and she's kind of sinking into it a little bit, losing her form a bit more.
It's almost like air's a fluid, just like any water. It's almost like you're floating as the wind picks up and the tornado starts, and you become more. You become connected to this vast whirlwind around you, and you call out what happens.
So she has a couple questions she needs to ask, and she kind of just asks them. She doesn't say it out loud. She kind of just whispers it into the wind and hopes that the words carry with it, the air, and kind of get carried all the way to where they need to go, I guess. Should it be secret, or do we care if everybody hears? I don't know.
You get the sense that what you're doing right now is connecting you directly to that plane, almost like the way that it's like you're existing in the place between planes.
Okay, cool.
and it is what you're getting to. And between that elemental plane of air and the material plane, there's no way anything could ever come back to the material. Like, you've broken that audio barrier. So these words are only for you.
Okay, cool. She wants to ask into the void, not void. She wants to ask about the lightning dragon, or at least report about the lightning dragon. She wants to talk to them about trompery, about her crazy power, and her plan, and see if her patron wants her to do anything about it or help, or if she's got the green light to see what's up.
Okay. You're going in with these intentions as you're connecting to this plane, and you're trying to contact your patron, and as you do, your patron answers. Of course. Why wouldn't they? You can see coming from that elemental plane of air, this vast expanse as it comes over to this edge. It's almost like, you know how it is in the Upside Down, right, where there's darkness everywhere? It's almost like as you connect up and you start to look around, you're floating sort of in space, in the air. Like where this air that you're currently in would exist on the elemental plane of air, as all these things march together. And then coming at you like a rocket, swinging around through this air, is like a little nimbus cloud as it comes to you, and then this large elemental begins to swirl around you, joining in the wind that you created with your tornado as you're both connecting in such a way. And then you start to see this face of this very ethereal, kind of smoky creature, right? Like you kind of like the Shadow Tempest, but he's got vibes like Zeus from Hercules. You know, he's kind of got that vibe as comes around, and you hear the booming voice in your chest, and you feel it all around you as it speaks on the air, and it says, Alasta, it's good to hear from you. It's been so long. How are things on the material?
Thank you, Master. It's been interesting, especially recently. We encountered... I can't remember what it's called, but it's one of our primordial lightning dragons here on the material.
Encountered? Was that you?
Yes.
Oh, that is amazing. You know, I'll be honest. When I heard that Noxtrandros had been banished from the material, and that news spread all across this plane, I did not know that it was you. Zamzi and I spent an entire hour the other night just roasting the Shadow Tempest, the eternal shadow, from getting banished from just a bunch of mortals. It's good to know that it was you who did it.
Yes, me and my acquaintances did it.
Amazing. Now, were you the one? Now, of course, you pulled the trigger. You killed the beast, yes? Sent it back home?
Almost. One of my party members found an interesting weapon that was capable of banishing such a powerful creature immediately. And they used that to bring him back.
Do tell. Is there more to the story?
Yes. She's going to go through and relay basically everything Trompery told them last session about the spear, about how she kind of coded it with the river's magic, about how they came to terms, and the fight that ensued thereafter, although obviously she'll play up her own part of it quite a bit and not talk about how she got knocked out.
Gonna leave that part out?
Yeah, I'm just gonna cut that piece out.
There are enough interesting things that you could definitely talk around getting knocked unconscious during this fight. Very many. As this conversation is happening, while the connection that you've established, that connecting this tornado, connecting with this air, and bringing yourself up to this place where you can see through the planes and make contact. You're telling the story as quickly as you can and trying to get every detail, and the tornado, the piece of you that has made this connection, is stayed strong and swirled faster and at different points, but whatever your patron has brought to the table has slowed down considerably. It's like like you said, that low pressure sunk in further, and the wind slowed, like being in the eye of a hurricane. There's some sort of physical reaction as you're telling the story to him. As you finish up the retelling of what happened, he says, "It sounds as though you're on the cusp of crowning a new god, Elista."
Oh, is that what? Ah, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
After
no.
you.
It certainly seems that way. And I am thankful that you were the one that was chosen for this task. You've never been one to, what's the word? To follow orders. So if you would follow this trumpery, then I have a feeling the rest of mortality would as well. This weapon...
Definitely interesting.
Yes, this weapon that she's made and what sounds like you are doing now, it will change all the mortals on that plane. It will move them from one of the creatures in Aroria to set apart. It will make giving them this power allow them to thrive in the land. Acquiring this, she will need your help. And I am thankful that we've entrusted you to make these judgments. We've entrusted that to you.
Well, thank you. I just, I wanted to make sure that this was the right call. But I appreciate your trust and your faith.
Well, if I could offer advice, I would ask you, what do you know about this trumpery?
She is a strange creature with a lot of power. It was very hard to read.
Should strange creatures with a lot of power wield it over the rest of Aroria?
I mean, I don't know. That's an interesting question. I think it'd be fun to see what happened.
No one seeks this kind of power for no reason. Much is put upon you, Elasta. And if you allow the wrong person to take power, then the fate of what happens to all these people could be yours to bear. I would at least do a little research on her before I gave her the means to banish you from these lands.
Fair. I'll look into it. I'll let you know if I stumble across anything.
I'm certain you will. Everything you've done so far has been great. And he starts to get ready to go away unless you have any final thoughts.
No, that's great. Thank you so much. I'll return now. I'll learn a little bit more, and if anything crazy happens, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Just call out. I'll be here! He just flies away, becomes like a little cloud, just zips off.
Perfect.
As he does, you can feel the humidity come back in. As all of that charged air begins to dissipate and go out, and you can see all there are a few leaves and branches that begin moving and shaking as you come back onto the material plane and find yourself amid the meadow.
she'll sit at first, and then she'll just kind of starfish out back on the grass and just think for a minute.
Elista lays down in the grass and has a moment to herself. What's going on back at camp with Ernest and Pendley? Y'all doing anything right now?
Mostly just chilling, looking. So, Ernest, is a Dream there as well, or is?
We'll just keep running around the edges of the camp, muttering, looking for something that goes well with oranges.
Checks out. That checks out. Yep. Penley's just chilling. Is like, and Penley has absolutely zero concept of time. That's just not in Penley's repertoire. So after about 5 minutes, Penley's gonna look at Ernest and be like, Elista and Trompery and Dorian, they've all been gone for a really long time, haven't they? Like ages.
You think they're okay?
Probably. I mean, people tend to take a really long time when they go anywhere. Maybe they're just...
Picking a lot of fruit.
I do eat a lot of food, so that was probably a good choice on their part.
I like it here.
Me too. It's... I don't know, peaceful?
Yeah. Reminds me of home.
I kind of like some of the things that Trompery was saying about being able to protect people and settle down someday. They're pretty appealing. What do you think?
Yeah. I just want to find a place that's peaceful like this. Is that what you want?
Kind of like I said earlier, you know, maybe eventually everybody gets old sometime. Don't think I'm ready for that yet. But, you know, it's exciting to know that that could be an option when I get bored of wandering around. I'll looks around and it's like, Adrene, did you find what you're looking for? I don't know what she's looking for. Did you find what you're looking for?
Oh, your microphone's going
something's
wild.
going on.
Oh dear.
You found something.
I think she's
Sounds
possessed.
She opens her mouth, just
Have I been banished?
Shivering.
Have I been banished to the other plane?
Everybody roll initiative.
I'm here.
Oh, God.
I am here.
I'm the one with unsteady tether, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh no. Is it still doing it?
No.
No, you're
No.
good now.
Oh,
Good now.
thank goodness. Okay.
Do you need help?
Pardon me, I was possessed. But I
That's
mean,
okay.
do you think they would only be bringing oranges? I mean, it's very nice, but it is more like a snack. I did not know if maybe we would make a nice tea.
I think that depends on how many oranges they bring back, right?
I suppose. It is odd that they did not ask for more help if they were bringing a lot, but what are you two doing over here?
Well, I finished my pocket bread. So not much.
All of it?
Yeah. It was a
Oh.
big fight.
I like pocket bread.
Oh yes,
Best
I know
place
you
to keep bread.
missed the taste of bread. It is very nice.
Oh, one of your friends?
Oh yes, they very badly miss eating. Also breathing. Sleeping. Most things really.
I guess it would be kind of rude to offer to save them some next time then.
They appreciate it.
Waves at literally nothing.
Where are they?
Just over there. She just kind of points in In a direction.
Completely opposite to where Pendley had just waved.
Are they really tiny?
I think they're invisible.
They're of the small races.
Are they invisible?
They are dead.
Ernest looks genuinely concerned about this. He's surprised.
I mean, they've had time to come to terms with it. They're fine.
As long as
This is
they're
upsetting.
okay.
I
mean, no matter what you are is probably mostly fine as long as you're okay with it. Dead is one of those things, I guess.
Okay is quite a word, isn't it? Where did Elista go?
To make a call.
Oh,
Maybe she's talking to her dead friends too.
that's weird. I don't see any around her.
That's surprising.
I don't see any around you.
Daniel's face.
Wait, what?
Ernest, do you see any around me?
There's a tiny bird.
Oh, you have a bird friend. Like a bird or like Dorian.
Oh, like a sparrow.
Oh, you have a bird friend.
Did I crush it?
No, it
Oh no!
I mean, I can't exactly talk to the animal because they are still animals, but
I'm sorry, little sparrow.
I'm sure you
He said
did.
that it just liked being around you so much that it decided to stay.
You're
He
a
starts-
lovable person.
Ernest starts picking up little twigs and stuff, and after a while, you see he's trying to make a nest for it. He's just putting it all together.
That is so lovely. I'm sure the bird appreciates it.
What's it doing now?
It is just sitting on your shoulder. Yes, it seems happy to be.
Oh, that's cool. I guess as far as invisible friends go, a bird's the pretty cool one.
Odd. Usually, animal spirits don't really hang around, but I suppose this one likes you.
Oh, tell him I like him too.
I would if I could speak bird. It seems to know.
Which Dorian likes to be on my shoulder. I want to make sure which side is the ghosty bird on.
The left, although I'm not sure it really matters.
Okay, he'll take his little makeshift nest and put it on his left shoulder for the bird. Dorian can sit here.
So we made some new
Wonderful,
friends today.
Ernest.
At least one. And we found out about some other ones. That's pretty sweet.
Adrian
Today's
just
been
kind
a
of
good
like
day.
ruffles Ernest's hair a little bit. Just like, that's wonderful, Ernest.
And we're gonna eat oranges soon. I don't think it could get better.
I don't think a day could get any better than sweet ghost bird and oranges. And speaking of those oranges, we're going to meanwhile cut over to Dorian and Trompery. Dorian, you're walking along with our dearest Trompery down a well-trod path through the jungle. As you're walking and talking, you start to see scattered all about you, probably they seem very far apart at first, but you stop at one tree and you guys are able to pull a couple oranges off, and then they're about 50 feet down, there's another tree and you stop and grab some there as well. But you're just walking and talking, and the further you get in, the more dense this orange grove becomes, and there are more and more trees with more and more fruit. Seems like you guys could gather oranges until daybreak if you wanted to.
So many oranges.
So many oranges, but As you're walking, and Tromperia's gotten some sort of blanket. She's like tied it up and hung it on her shoulder over here, and she's got a big old like makeshift sack of oranges. She looks at you and she says, "Dorian, I had a quick question. I was just curious. You seem very small. Is your whole family small like you are? Or
Don't just call people small, Jesus.
you seem very small, and I was just
Seemed
wondering
like a
if
little person.
you and your family are all small like that."
I look down. 2 feet below me is the ground. Yeah. Not many in my family are much taller than I.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I believe that. Are you Don't correct me if I'm wrong. You're an owlin with ancestors from the giant owls in the Feywild, yes?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So it is the craziest thing. My father used to have dozens of owlmen, just like yourself, in his god and around his estate, over in the Feywild, and nearly all of them were so much taller than you. I mean, Atlas was like nearly 10 feet tall, and I was just so curious. Do you know? Do you have like tall cousins elsewhere? Or?
Not that I know of. But from the sounds of it, maybe I do.
Maybe you do. Do you know anything about your ancestors? And as all this is happening, I'm sure you're flying up and grabbing oranges,
tossing oranges down.
Yeah, she's over there. She's catching some of them she can. Occasionally, there's a bad throw. You see like a little mage hand come out, catch the orange, and bring it back in and drop it into her little space. As all this is happening.
It's a nice trick you have there.
Thanks. I like yours as well. Is that from your family too?
It is not from my family.
It's not from your family.
I've only been able to do that for a few years now.
Interesting. Is that something you want to tell me about?
You want to tell me how you do that hand thing?
Mostly math. Yes. Are you familiar with math?
Yes.
How familiar?
Apparently not familiar enough.
Not familiar enough? Well, would you believe it or not, Dorian, my friend, is that there are ways for us to tap into the world around us and draw energy from one creature or space and funnel it and bring it to our own, under our own command. And it's very technical. It's very math heavy. There's a lot of chemistry, and it's just hard.
I mean, I believe it.
Well, your stuff doesn't look hard. I told you how mine works, so where'd you get that?
I'll throw a feather and just teleport 30 feet away.
She looks very, a little bit shocked, and like she's got like a little bit of quickening of the breath, I guess.
I'll pull a medallion out of my pocket.
She just drops all the oranges.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh, we'll pick those up. We'll pick those up.
I throw a feather and teleport closer to the oranges.
And she reaches out for it, but you don't let her touch it, and you go over there. What is that?
I actually stole this years ago off of somebody. Because, like, look at it, and I will hand it to her.
She takes it. eagerly and
it's
begins
just got-
inspecting it.
It's super sparkly, super shiny. It caught my eye. And ever since I've had it, I've just been able to do things that I don't know how to explain.
Forgetting about the oranges for a moment, she takes it and kind of holds it up in the light a little bit and like pulls the chain taut that holds it and kind of takes it and spins it, lets it twist in the light as she watches it. And then she'll put it in one hand and then she'll reach into her pocket and you see her, she pulls out like, looks like she's weighing this object against another. And she pulls out like 4 different rocks from her bag and kind of weighs them all in comparison to it.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, "You know, this is exactly the kind of thing that we're trying to make here. Like, it's a relatively low level enchantment, but she gets very, very excited. She gives it back to you and starts picking up the orange. She says,
She doesn't even need to give it back to me. I could just poof it and it's in my hand.
you just take it back. And she says, these are exactly the kinds of things that we should be able to give to people. Like, if we can make things like this to give people the things that you can clearly do,
They'd be able to protect themselves so much easier.
who'd you steal it from?"
Didn't even get their name.
In time, Dorian, and she takes all her stuff and wraps up her oranges, and you can see she does some little incantation and all the oranges pick up and go to her little bag, all the ones. She starts heading back towards camp, and you're all walking and talking as well. She says, "You know, in time, Dorian, you'll learn to be my friend. You can tell me these things and you don't have to be afraid. In time, maybe not today."
In time.
Cannot believe you're all that small. Anyway. Short time passes. Dorian and Trompery return. Alista, I'm sure, arrives at some point. Is that right?
At some point.
Do you think Alista arrives after or before Trompery?
If that was the whole length of what they were doing,
They walked a long time.
they did walk a long time.
Like an hour.
An hour? Okay.
Like an hour.
I'd say 30 minutes, maybe. Eli's gone for, and then she comes back.
So, Alista, you return after a considerable long amount of time as Ernest, Nardine, and Pendley were left alone at the camp and generally waiting to be for dinner to arrive. Alista, you return, and then coming with Dorian and Trompery are just basically a half bushel of oranges. She takes them and lays them out real carefully on the ground. Picks one up and begins to like take her finger and cut it open, and starts to eat the orange with all of you there. And she says, "Bon appetit!" Unless you guys have something better for oranges.
That's a lot of
I'll eat
oranges.
almost anything.
I found some nice flowers and herbs you could eat with the oranges.
Just a little seasoning. Yep. Yeah.
I'll try some of that.
Yeah, who doesn't salt their oranges when they eat them?
Oh, I thank you for doing the foraging for all of us.
Dorian did most of the work.
It was nice. There's so many oranges out there.
So many oranges. Like, you would think there'd be something here to eat all of.
Right now,
Insight
it's us.
check. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Make an insight. Yeah, you can make an insight check if you want.
I would love to.
At
Eli has a
least
new
just like-
prerogative. That's to check this lady out.
I mean,
Oh, I know nothing.
Jesus.
Oh, God.
I heard a
I heard
shattering
Years.
bass.
Yeah, that's a total of a 7.
Henley does not question this.
She
Henley
looks
has
at
no
you.
reason to question
She's like,
anything.
yeah, that makes sense. What if there was something here to eat oranges? And she grabs one herself.
Oh, yeah. I think Alesta might be like, well, that's a weird thing to say, but I don't. It's not like a threatening sort of thing to utter, but Alesta clearly missed the point of whatever Tromper was getting at. Just airhead right over the top of her.
Only I was smart.
If only.
Oh well.
Henley does not question this for a second. Oranges in the mouth almost immediately.
Yeah.
All over. Tromper eats
Aroria oranges.
Ernest
Lucky
doesn't
it's
even.
not whole.
Ernest doesn't even peel his. He just
rind and all.
rind and all.
Adrian's just like muttering to herself. Well, to herself. I don't know. Are groves like this with all kinds of fruit unnatural? Are they not? Are they not like this in other places?
Ernest, what's that on your shoulder?
I think it's for you, Dorian.
No, little bird. My little bird friend lives here. He's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah. Wait. Wait, what? I thought Dorian was your little bird friend.
I clearly missed some character development. What?
Littler than that.
Adrian continues eating.
The
Dorian,
littlest bird friend.
Dorian, you could stay on this side, but
Okay.
a dream said that there was a little dead bird on my shoulder, so I made him a nest.
It's
Right?
no spirit.
Spirit.
Are you
I
guys
didn't kill it though. I didn't. Right? Did I?
I'm pretty sure no.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't kill him.
Would you be being followed by something that you killed?
I mean, it sometimes ghosts haunt you, right? If you give them violent deaths. That's what I heard.
He doesn't
But it
feel
seems
haunty.
happy, right? Like,
Is he
it's
trying to
happy.
peck out his eyes? Is it like trying to eat his flesh? Is it?
No, it's just sitting. It's doing bird things.
Tromper
That's
takes
lame.
one of the oranges and starts like carving into it a little bit as you guys are all having this conversation. Then she holds it up and like looks through it to try to like get it looking at Ernest's shoulder. Throws it away.
Do you see
Does that
better
help?
if you look through the orange?
I could not see the bird. Artine, what are you seeing? There's nothing invisible there.
She just used true sight.
I call them spirits. I think that's what they are. I see them sometimes.
Yeah, Adrian's dead friends.
You guys all know about this.
I mean,
Didn't ever really
Today.
ask about it. She's always kind of been weird, like talking over her shoulder.
probably said it before, but I just,
I wasn't
people are
paying
people, right?
attention.
I mean, I usually keep it to myself, but with all the strange things that are happening, especially to all of us,
That's
it's weird to keep it.
Yeah, that's amazing. What?
It's the first
Do
time
you-
anyone said that.
How, do you get to pick which ones you see?
Oh, no,
Takes like a large.
I don't really know that it makes sense. Maybe it will one day, but before, when I was younger, they were just kind of whispers, mutterings. Then they became voices, and then kind of blurry shapes, and now it's almost like I could touch them. But I can't.
Well, have you tried?
No, they go through things. I don't. Why would I be different?
Well, I think the fact that you can see spirit makes you a little different. just in general.
Tell me about it. But
Suddenly, Trumper is getting a sense that maybe you don't want to talk about that part right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
She just keeps putting orange pieces in her mouth, so it's like difficult for her to talk. Like,
I didn't really think about it too much at first. Just thought, she had a lot of friends that she talked to and we couldn't see. Now I've realized they're dead. But like I said earlier, it doesn't really matter, right? Like, as long as you're okay with what you are, you can be anything you want, I think. Penn looks like he confused himself a little.
I just thought she was a little bit crazy. But that's
lets her veil fall over her face, so you can't really see what she's
still whispering. Ernest is gonna take a little orange rind and put it in the nest. There you go.
You are a very sweet big man. That's all.
Yeah, Ernest is great.
This is great.
This is a pro-Ernest campsite right there.
I love it. Has zero thoughts. Just like, yeah. Yeah.
It's like, you hit the nail on the head. There's nothing to add.
You nailed that.
Excuse me.
That's what he does. Just
What an apt character description.
take another bite.
She read my journal? 'Cause that's what I write about myself. Self-affirmations.
Yeah.
Trumper is going to lounge about the grove, and you can all see that there are moments where it does appear like the grove itself is connected to her and her wishes in some way. There's times when she's trying to lounge about, and some of the roots will adjust themselves to make a little lounge for her, and then in times there'll be like a little bit of flower bed. You'll find yourself sitting, and then the grass around you begins to get more thick. It's a little softer as you sit down. It seems as though the grove itself is protecting you and keeping you as comfortable as it can. But in time, Trompery begins her process of getting ready for a night's sleep. Unless, and of course I want to turn it over to all of you for anything you want to say or do in these last 3 or 4 hours before Watches begins.
I'm gonna approach Elista.
Doran, it takes you twice as long as everyone else to walk over to Elista. You do
Rude.
so.
She looked like she was about to go walk over to Trompery, but she kind of stops when she sees you approaching her.
The bird walk.
Like a little penguin.
Yeah.
Or does he walk like one of those pigeons that like...
Oh, just a...
I think canonically he's just like a regular guy.
I am just a regular.
No.
Like
You're just a bird.
A 2 foot tall gnome.
Okay, but like owl bones.
No, he was
They're
a
different, right?
rabbit
Little
in the
joints?
last campaign. He's a bird in this one.
Hollow?
Evolve.
Wait, if you're an owl, can you turn your head all the way around?
I don't think
I
owls
turn
can
my
actually
head
do that.
around and look at you.
It's like
They can.
but it's like the wrong way though. It's like the
Oh god.
like the 280-degree turn. It's
You flip
super.
it straight back.
Yeah, it's super unsettling.
Yeah, I don't turn my head to look around. I just flip my head straight back.
Jesus. Ernest tries not to be shocked by this.
My
Very
skull
poorly.
just rotates inside of my body.
Whoa.
Alasta, where does Doran find you lounging about in the grove?
She had been leaning up against probably one of the bigger trees with a pile of eaten oranges next to her, just like kind of like torn apart a little bit. And she's been staring at Trompery on and off. She was actually about to get up and go talk to her, but then she sees you're coming over, so she kind of leans back again. Hey,
I have
can I
a
help you?
quick question for you.
Okay.
Because you do some interesting stuff. Are you good at math?
I check my intelligence score.
The answer's
Not
probably no.
really. No,
Probably
not
no.
really. Why?
Just a conversation I had earlier involving math and being able to do things by understanding math to a degree I don't understand.
Do things like magical things, like unusual things that don't normally happen?
Yes, yes. So I figured maybe you're also good at math.
No. My magic comes from, well, I guess within, but also somewhere else. So it's kind of like I just do it. I don't think about it a whole lot. I don't have to add anything together. I didn't really have to learn it that much. I just had to control it. And then I just start doing things.
Okay.
I've seen people do a lot of math that do magic, like twice. Once being before, and then Trompery doing all of her weird stuff with those sigils to get in here.
I was just curious.
I'm flattered that you think I'm good at math.
Well, then why need to know that you are not?
I'm terrible at math. I hate it.
You getting ready to head out of here and go find somewhere to lay down? You could go find a nice place to sleep.
Probably in a minute. I was gonna go ask Trompery where she got this grove from. I'm just curious.
It's a very, very interesting grove.
Very interesting woman.
It's also true. Be careful, she's good at math.
Oh God. Someone help. I'll keep that in mind. She'll give you a ruffle of your feathers, because you are definitely a bird and you are not a person. You're a bird.
Excuse me? It's a hate crime?
Ruffling your feathers?
Buff-ass owlin with like biceps and pectorals, like standing there, like griffin wings off the back. Let me fluff him up.
Yeah, what's he gonna do about it? He's only 2 foot.
He's dexterous. It's fine. You're very cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think I'm gonna go talk to her before I fall asleep. It's been a long day and I hurt. My insides hurt. So without further ado, or asking for a good night, she'll stand up and we'll walk over.
Dorian, you're left behind. As Elasta leaves where she was leaned up against the tree, you can see there's like faint little crackles, like little marks in the tree where she was leaned up against it.
Smells like electrified oranges over here.
A little bit like burning oranges. There's that crisp scent, that citrusy scent where she was.
That's a good smell. I like it.
It's a great moment right there. Just you find Trompery lounging about. She's got oranges. She's chilling. Looks like she's got some sort of journal out, is making notations or journaling for the evening, setting the mind at ease. The way one does as they go to sleep as you approach.
I imagine I don't understand anything that I see on that journal.
I mean, she's got it kind of hidden away. Like,
okay.
You'd have to like.
I'm not gonna pry.
You'd have to like jump in and like get over there to.
What you reading?
Yeah. Hey, are those your personal thoughts? And then just jump in, but no, so you clearly can't see. But as you approach, she does close it. She leaves the pendant, like the quill or pen, piece of charcoal, whatever it was, inside. Closes it up.
She'll kind of come over, and since Trompery's laying down, she'll kind of like pop a squat, be like, "Hey."
Like as you do, the ground kind of comes up and makes a little stool for you.
My butt's perfectly fine where it was, thank you.
So, I don't control it. It's kind of nice though, right? Sometimes.
You don't control it?
It's just here to take care of people, I think.
I was going to ask you where you got it from. It seems like a very interesting place.
Well, it is really nice, but it is wrong to characterize it as mine. It's really my dad's. So just beyond there is another material plane, a place where magical creatures run adrift and are, well, you might know it, the Feywild's over there. You're obviously no stranger to interplanar travel. But just beyond that is my father's estate, and he made this for me, so I could come over here whenever I wanted.
Well, that's nice of him.
Yeah. It helps when you don't want to time skip. You know how everything is happens so much faster in the material plane. Well,
yeah.
In the airplane, the time moves a lot faster there. In the Feywild, it actually moves slower. So it's very strange right now.
Weird.
I know.
Never really got my head around it. I just know that like when I'm over there, like it doesn't matter. Like, time.
Does time really matter? I know for people where I'm at, they just don't die. Do your people die? We don't really have a lot of contact over there.
Not really, unless you come there and kill us. Is what I've heard.
Yeah. So what does time even really mean? Honestly. Crazy.
You get a bigger storm going, I guess. It's fun.
Yeah.
Interesting though. I was just wondering where you got it from.
Yeah. Why are you here? You're not the kind of people who generally come across. It's not a whole lot
invited
for
me in.
In time, I guess we will become friends, and you can share that information with me. I guess technically you are here right now because I invited you. So.
She gives you a coy smile. I mean, why am I on this plane?
Yeah,
Is that what you wanted to know?
obvious. But
I mean, I
No.
can tell you.
yeah, I would love to know. Did ask.
I mean, you seem to know where I'm from, so who cares, right? I'm kind of just a scout, an observer. I wouldn't say diplomat, because it's not all that. This place is kind of wild and crazy for diplomats. But I'm just kind of here, checking it out, seeing what interesting sights there are. She looks you up and down.
Quite. What does Zamzia want with the material plane?
Well, that part I can't tell you.
Of course not. No, that was too far. It was too far. I'm so sorry. That's very interesting. I hope that there are some people where we are from that would call me a bit of a scout as well. Of course, we have others as well. But I don't think we have... I don't believe we have shared interest in that matter. Do you?
Probably not. I mean, as far as scouting goes.
Probably not.
You're an interesting person. You seem to know quite a lot.
You're not the first person to say that.
Shocking.
Ah! Amazing. Love a good pun.
Little zaps come out.
I'd offer you wine, but I'm out.
I mean, I brought a little bit. You want some? It takes a lot for me to get drunk, so I haven't been using it.
We should pass it around. Yeah?
Sure.
Let's do... We should kumbaya, right? Gather around the fire, tell some stories.
Oh, you can have a fire in this grove, and it won't, like,
It's right
attack
there.
you?
It's right there. And, like, that one just bursts into flame right there around the stone benches that surround it.
That's super convenient. I won't lie.
Hey, everyone, come here. We're going to tell some stories. Elasta brought wine.
You weren't supposed to tell everybody. Ah, fuck. She reaches into her pack, and she pulls out 2 wineskins.
Yeah, Pendley's there. I mean, not necessarily because of the wine, but because of the promise of sharing drink and stories, which sounds very appealing. Also, he seems to go wherever people tell him to generally.
Reliable like that.
Green floats over to the fire and sits.
Golden Retriever monk.
My way over to the fire as well.
As we share in as the sun sets around Aroria and as the night sky begins to arrive and only the everlasting sunset from the Feywild peeking into the space, we all sit around and begin telling stories and all of those things and begin to share the wine and get a small buzz and prepare for our long night's rest. Is there anything anyone wants to say or do before Tromper goes over to the portal, closes it slightly so that, like, closing the blind slightly, and we begin taking our long rest?
I think Eli would have just picked a bench next to the trompery, or if it's big enough for two, been there.
We double up.
Yeah. Try not to stare. Or, well, not try, but like, not staring, but listening very intently.
I think you had it right the first time.
Okay, trying not to stare.
Try
She is
not
really
to.
pretty.
She is.
This place reminds me a lot of home.
You keep talking about your home, but you never really... What was it like?
Green. He smiles.
It's a nice color.
Lots
Have
of
oranges?
trees. No, we had apples. And
Apples are good.
berries. And nuts.
Eli winks.
Yeah,
It always
It
sounds
was-
so nice.
well, it was.
What happened to it?
A dragon burned it down.
Oh.
Well, not entirely. Dragon came through, stomping on all of the apples, and the nuts, and the berries. We had to fight it off. I got mad. Like with the big smoke thingy. And me and my family, we fought the dragon to protect, there were deer and bunnies. Go look at the nest. And birds. And I got so angry, I kind of blacked out for a bit. And when I woke up, all the trees were snapped and destroyed, and there was stumps left. Big old dragon prints all over the nice green grass. Makes me sad.
Well, that was a depressing story.
It was a pretty place, though. I hope a dragon doesn't come through this place.
You and your family all rose up to protect everything there, so, maybe it's not a fully happy story, but you were still heroes.
Yeah, I think we ran it off. But it was never quite the same,
Takes a long time for trees to grow.
It does. They gotta be planted and watered
Uh-huh.
And then
and
they
sunlight.
Yeah, and then they grow.
grow. But it takes a
Yeah.
long time.
Why did you leave, Ernest? Your family, I mean.
Because it takes a long time to grow back. All the animals left. They went to go find new homes.
Yeah, definitely left.
So we figured we'd do the same.
But when we found you, you were. But when we came together, you were by yourself.
Yeah, I figured I'd go look. If I find a, I figured we'd have a better chance of finding something if we split up for a while. I mean,
Ah,
I'm a big guy. I'll probably be okay. Pin will protect me. And
Yeah, definitely.
but if I find a place, I'll go get the rest of my folks, and
And
we'll have a new grove.
and when we find that place for you, Ernest, I'll make sure that nothing happens to it or nobody else takes it. I'll just stay there and I'll wait until you come back with your family.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
You can take a little bit of time off from wandering. If it's like calling dibs on a good grove for Ernest and his family.
I mean, sure. In other news, though, apparently what we banished today was called, like, the Eternal Shadow or something.
Oh, it had a name.
Yeah, no, it had a really
Called
cool name. I forgot.
Yeah, he called it Noxtrandos.
Noxtrandos.
Noxtrandos, the Eternal Shadow.
And apparently he's getting bullied pretty hard for getting banished by a bunch of mortals, so that's pretty deep.
did you learn this from your call earlier?
Yeah. Yeah. I got connections back home, you know. They told me it was a pretty funny joke. But yeah, he
Unfortunate.
definitely would have killed us all if we hadn't used that spear.
Really
Scary.
good we did.
So good job, Ernest.
Yeah, nice throw.
Cheers.
Well done, Ernest. Ernest. To Ernest.
Cheers.
He just looks at you all.
Good at throwing.
Protected everybody again.
Well, let's see. Who wants to take first watch?
You have to take watches in the grove?
I think it's safest. This many of us
Are there,
here.
are there dragons in your grove?
Not usually, but and like
Not
she,
usually.
Never ask a lady if there's dragons in her grove.
she gets up and offers Pen an arm. She's like, "We'll go on first watch. It's fine."
Sounds good to me.
And
I'm still got plenty of energy. Especially after the orgies.
we'll keep an eye out and wait.
Watch for dragons.
We'll make sure.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on the sky.
They're scary.
I'm gonna insight check yet again.
Check who?
I'm checking Trompery. She's gonna close the grove. What kind of watch do we need?
The grove is still
Can-
a place.
Yeah, but she's it's a we had to teleport here to a portal.
I mean, I get what he's saying.
I mean,
It
you
should
could
be like a
teleport to all
magic-
places. It's not like a pocket.
It seems kind of like a pocket.
No orange stomping dragons are going to cross this
Mhm.
portal.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
doing it.
Mm-mm. Gonna make
We're
sure.
gonna watch them. We're gonna watch them out. Would you roll a Lysta?
That'll be. I'm so good at this. It's a 13.
Oh, yeah.
13.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Hard to read. Like,
I'm having
I
so
mean-
much trouble.
look, like it's possible that she's got this nefarious plan deep down that you just are like detective, like penning with string, trying to connect all the dots about these oranges and wine and why she's so pretty and all of these things. You're trying to figure it all out,
It's just
and
distractingly hot.
yeah, and you're just having a tough time with it, and then you're like, but wait, we're still outside, and she lives here, so if she thinks we need to watch, she probably knows there's stuff. So that's a perfectly reasonable explanation. Or, and then Penley and Trompery walk off.
She's just overly cautious at this point. She's telling herself, she's like, You know, she's here. It's fine. I'm worrying too much.
All right. Well, unless you guys have anything, I think we'll take a long rest now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just gonna float up in a tree and lay there.
Bentley, give me a perception check.
Absolutely. I'm gonna actually use my actual dice. I like rolling dice. The clicky clackies make the nice noises.
Me too.
Lickety facts.
Clicky clack.
I got these awesome dice from Mithril Armory. They're incredible, and like many people in the cast have them. They're
21. Not nat.
Not a natural
Dirty.
21.
Not a
Dirty
natural
20.
21. That's why I stopped. I was like, of course it's not a
dirty 21.
dirty 21.
Yes. So, Pendley, in your time with Trompery, as you both keep an eye out, there's a standard procedure here. You both go over to a well-lit area and keep an eye out, ears open, eyes open. About every 30 minutes or so, one of you will take a walk around the camp just to make sure everything's fine. During your watch, nothing seems to be amiss. It seems as quiet as can be. With the 21, I would say that, Pendley, you would probably notice that there was a distinct lack of, like I know we hear a lot of birds and stuff right now, and there are a lot of birds in the area, but distinctly there are fewer, like, loud insect noises that you would hear. So that buzz that goes over the forest at night just isn't quite there in the same way it is other places in Aroria.
Yeah, I think when they're getting a little further in toward the end of their leg of watch, Penley would just turn to Trompery and be like, there was something I was wondering, actually. I don't know if you'll have an answer. I usually don't have answers, but...
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Do you not like bugs?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Do you like bugs?
I don't really have a problem with them. I mean, they're there, and I don't really like them when they're on my food because it's my food. But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm fine.
Yeah, I too like it when bugs don't eat my food. But more importantly, bugs aren't really as helpful as you might think. Like, they can be nice, but like, I don't know, it feels like they don't... I can't train the bugs. I tried to get the ants to clean up around the facility in the grove, and I tried to get the spiders to go outside and keep the mosquitoes away, but what I've discovered is that bugs don't listen well. And they just don't listen like the birds do, and they don't listen like the monkeys do, and for whatever reason they just eat everything. And they won't stay out of the wine. It's just... I don't
That
like
makes
them.
sense.
I don't like them.
I was just wondering because I didn't really hear any or really see any, so I thought maybe you don't like them.
Oh. Yeah, there are fewer of them. Crazy.
Is it because they won't listen?
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I kind of have to keep them. They don't listen well, so sometimes they die, which is unfortunate because they kind of eat everything, and then some of the things around here will kill them, and so they just die. Very sad.
Because they ate something they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
People tell me to be careful of that too.
Yeah. Well, you see, I use the oranges to make these potions, right? These little things, you drink them, they make you feel better. It's like, keeps your vigor up. And it's not easy to do, and I make a lot of mistakes, and if they would just stay away, this wouldn't be a problem, but sometimes they eat things they shouldn't.
That makes sense. Do you have lots of worms at least, so the birds have something to eat?
I think the birds eat the oranges mostly, but yeah, there's lots of worms. Worms aren't as bad. Worms are very detailed, actually. Like...
They help. I've watched worms help take things back to the earth when they need to go.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess they're probably pretty good to have around.
They're really good at them. So, yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess that answers my question. I
Hmm.
kind of thought it might be something like that.
No. Crazy.
I like your grove. You did a good job.
Thanks. My dad made it.
Your dad did a good job,
He did a great job.
then, I guess. I didn't really know my dad, but I bet he made some cool stuff, too.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was fun.
Yeah, let's go wake somebody up.
Sure.
And Tromper's gonna go over and wake up Alista. Just push like, hey, your turn. Middle shift.
I followed out of the tree that I was in.
Tromper just gets up into the space that Alista vacated, so it's nice and warm.
Pendley's doing eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I hate watches. Okay.
Arjene's turn. Yes, that one. Yep, that's the one today. That's the one that fates have decided. And just kind of shakes your shoulder and is like, you won, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's your turn. Sorry.
It's alright. I'm awake. Yes. She just kind of stumbles out the door.
The best part about middle shift is that you get to go to sleep twice.
Is that so? That's
And neither of them are
really
restful.
nice. I
Have a
wait
good
my
night.
second nap. You too. Good night.
Bye.
Both of you make perception checks for me, Alista and Ardeen.
Fine. I've been thrown out of the map by James, I think.
Oh dear.
I would
Appreciate
never.
it.
James, how dare you?
You know what,
Alright.
Ernest? See you later.
James.
Oh no.
James walks into the grove, starts grabbing people, throws them everywhere.
Everybody wakes up, there's just dead people everywhere.
My rolls have been so fire.
Spot on.
The
You-
total of a 10.
You're killing
Wait.
it, Alista.
Perception.
Eli falls asleep again, mid shift.
Awesome.
Leans on.
Incorrectly.
It's a natural 17
Leans on
plus
Actually,
Ardeen.
25.
There we go.
25. 25.
Ye-
Thought we were gonna die for a second.
You know, Ardeen, how do you, when you look over about halfway through the shift and Eli's asleep,
Just leaning on you.
just dead ass asleep, noise, small snores.
She'll
Lean,
move her cape around like a blanket.
you can feel as he's sleeping next to you. There's like you know those like little Tenzi unit things that they do back massages with. It's like that on you. Like every now and then you can just feel a sharp jolt of little electricity from where she's laying against you.
At the height of the snore, just.
Yeah. So you reach over, you put you said you were putting the coat around her as you
Yeah.
sat there.
Yeah, just let her keep sleeping.
Keep sleeping. It just kind of throws off the walking around the camp piece of it, but that seemed to be a trompery plan. And therefore, you guys just don't do that. Everyone takes watches in their own way.
We're chilling. We're
Yeah.
chilling.
Ardeen has
We're
extra
looking.
scouts. It's cool, right?
Yeah,
looking.
our Dean next there's just spirits everywhere looking around, and if they saw anything, they run right back. But your watch passes without issue. In time, you both wake up, Dorian and Ernest, and I'll invite you two to make those perception checks as well.
Do I get advantage since I have my little bird friend with me?
No,
It's worth a
your
shot.
bird friend is a spirit that you cannot talk to.
Did he eat the orange rind?
The ghost
Don't
spirit?
eat.
Yes.
No, it did not.
At some point, Adrena will have like taken it out and just like hidden it somewhere.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
It just to sneak it away from Ernest.
He looks down, sees that it's missing, and he just smiles because he knows that the little bird ate it.
I'm imagining that Ardeen goes over there to wake up Ernest, sees the orange, pulls it out, throws it away, then wakes up.
Oh yeah, it's like full Operation Tooth Fairy. He cannot know that this thing does not exist.
Perfect.
Got a perception
sweet.
roll of a 24.
I got a dirty 20. We're perceptive.
Dirty 20,
We are
24.
It's because I'm so tall and he's on my shoulder, so we get like a good survey of the land.
You guys do great.
Yeah. Do we see whatever's coming to kill us?
The most interesting thing that happens on your watch is the sun comes up during your watch. And about the same time that the sun starts to come up, I would say, Dorian, I'd imagine with you and your background and everything that you know, a couple eyes are twitching towards the portal every now and then. And as the sun is starting to rise with your 24, you look over there, and through the portal, you can see some sort of creature running past. It's not huge. It's not like this. It's not like a big arborist or anything like that. It looks like a horse, probably. It definitely could be a horse, but it's got this kind of. It's got like it's almost got like drag trails off of it, like the way an airplane would have drag comes off of it. It's got like little whips coming off of it as it runs past in this field of reeds out there, and you see it run past, and then you see two more run past, and then a whole just herd of these horse-like creatures run past. They do a circle and they come back through. They never even attempt to come towards the portal or anywhere near you, but you can see these strange fey horses just making a gallivanting around the Feywild. You see them from here.
You see them through the portal.
You see them through the portal. And in time, the rest of you wake up. What do we have?
Of where I was doing watch.
What do we have breakfast? Or is Chopper just going to open up the? Chopper lets you know that she is ready to leave whenever you guys are. Are we having breakfast or anything before we pull on through?
Of course, I'm sure there's more oranges, right? Yeah.
Oh, the oranges.
I think in my pack I have
we are
some
not getting
grain.
scurvy.
So we could put the oranges in the grain, like porridge, and oranges.
What?
Orange porridge.
Porridge?
Orange?
Orange.
Orange?
Orange.
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 Porridge.
Nothing
No,
like porridge
porridge.
in the morning.
Why don't you just make oatmeal, then put the orange slices in it?
Oh.
Because
Yes.
that's not how we roll.
Do we have
Yeah.
milk? Can Trompery summon cows?
I mean, we could probably
Can
get
I
some
summon
milk.
cows?
I mean, we could
Can I
probably.
can I wild
It's like-
wild shape into a cow?
No.
Oh,
No,
We
you
stumble
told
upon
that.
a pitcher of milk, just like, oh wow, it's just here, it's just chilling. Wow, that's
Ernest
so cool.
milk.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I
That's
didn't
part of
think
the
that
way
one all
down.
the way through. I was just like, how can we get a cow here?
no
And I
one,
did think about the implications. I'm
no
sorry.
one is milking Ernest.
The best
Um,
part of waking
That's
up
not what
is Ernest
I
in your
wanted.
I have questions now that I don't
This
think
is like-
God or anyone can answer or should.
No,
answer.
all right.
Should,
Forget I said
no.
anything. Let's keep
Probably
it pushing.
not.
We have our orange juice and we have our porridge, and that's it.
Yeah,
I'm thinking like Quaker instant oats, guys. Like it's
yeah, we've got some. How about some instant? Some instant oatmeal, some oranges. Maybe somebody casts like create food and water to make milk. I don't know.
I
that's
drank
more
the rest of the
palatable.
wine from
You
last
know-
night.
You know what? No milk. No milk.
No milk.
No.
No milk.
You know what?
Milk does
Come on,
not
we
exist.
already made the oatmeal.
Milk does not exist here.
Milk falls
What's
from this,
milk?
like a whole plastic gallon of
Falls
whole
from the
milk
sky.
lands, just lands like a meteorite.
So
Magic.
Dirty. Nice.
Magic. In time, we have our oatmeal. We have our breakfast, and it's time to move on. And Chopper goes over to the same tree that you all came in from, and casts a spell again. The same kind of druidic magic that you saw, or that everyone saw, and specifically recognized by Ernest. And she pulls open the door, steps through it, and of course gestures you all to go through. That's
Hello.
that's about an hour 40 or so. We're gonna take a quick break there, as we leave the reverie. And we'll take a quick break and then we'll be right back as we go find Trompery's friend that no one wants to know the name of, apparently. So, we'll be right back. 1 second. Yeah, we are back from the break. Thank you all for sticking with us as we head into this second half of episode 2 of Aroria Origins Trompery. Let's see. Look at what I put a filter on in Photoshop. So,
Wow.
as we all step through jumping back in here, as we all step through the portal created by Trompery, through that tree and out another one, you all find yourselves in what would be the Shepherd's Pass in modern day Aroria. So guiding travelers between the Arorian mainland and the Badlands is something that's in today's world called the Shepherd's Pass. It's a narrow road of ghost stories, bustling thoroughfares, and adventure. The land surrounding the pass is dark and haunted, dotted with withering trees and cold winds. Those that traveling the pass swear that they see shadowy travelers walking the edge of the roads, following them for a while, and then they disappear. Wicked howls tear through the pass, and whether they are the wind or something worse, nobody knows. The particular area that you've all popped out in, here in this Shepherd's Pass, is a little chilly. You're on the side of the hill, so the ground is kind of slanted, the tree that you popped out of. And there's a very thin fog in the air that kind of dampens the otherwise unseasonably cold spring morning. And it doesn't look like Trompery's friend or anyone is around anywhere.
Were they supposed to be here meeting us?
No. They didn't know we were coming. And I'm starting to think that they may have moved.
When was the last time you seen them?
It's been a while since I spoke with old Randvari.
What was the name?
Randvari. Yeah, he's an older gentleman. Big thick beard. He's a blacksmith by trade. And he used to live here, or close by. Here, come on, this way. And she starts leading you down a little bit further. I would say it's probably to the east, kind of downhill. And she leads you probably about 100, 200 feet or so, and you come upon an old cabin out here in the woods, and it looks pretty quiet. It's probably a little bit more than a hunting cabin. There's no porch or anything like that, just a door that opens up, and you see no sign of Randvari or anyone in the area.
Okay. Still nobody.
Can I fly up to get like a overhead view of this area?
Okay. What are you looking for here, Dorian? Just a bird's eye view of things? Or you
Yeah, see if like there's any like movement that's just outside of like our line of sight while we were down on the ground.
Sure. You fly up. Give me a perception check. There is a little bit of a fog in the area. As you go up, it does get some lightly obscured. Go ahead and give this perception check with disadvantage.
Well, I mean, it can't get too much worse than that.
Guidance?
He's already gone.
Oh, okay.
A total of a 16.
Total of 16. You fly up, Dorian. You get a good sense, and when you get up over the top, you get probably 100, 200 feet in the air. So you get over the trees, and you can look down in the clearing where the hunting cabin is, and you can see it pretty clearly. It does not appear as though there's anything crazy going on there. When you look down through the trees themselves, there's really too much fog and kind of too much new growth and too much fog to really get a sense of anything that's in there. But you would recognize with the 16 that there is a very clear and precise path that leads along the side of the mountain, kind of winding with it. It looks like a road that was either not necessarily carved out, but it was definitely cleared, man-made. Maybe not a dozen trees taken down, but whoever went this way cleared at least a couple trees and definitely the underbrush as they walked that direction. What are the rest of you doing?
You said it's foggy around here?
Little foggy.
So-
Everything past about 100 feet is lightly obscured.
Oh, past 100 feet. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like very subtle.
Yeah, think of it like as the morning fog you would see, like if you're going to work at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., just before the sun has time to burn it off.
Well, I was gonna see if I could clear it, but if it's like that, then it's not. It's gonna be a big area to try and clear.
Kind of goes over the whole map.
Yeah, that's a little too much. Okay, cool. But there's a little cabin in front of us.
Yeah.
Gonna walk up to that cabin.
You walk up to the cabin. As you get closer to it, there is no porch or anything like that, and so the door itself that leads into the cabin, there are no windows. There's one door. That door is about 6 inches off the ground, so like a quarter of Dorian's height. Up is where the bottom of that door starts.
Okay.
Excuse me?
Is it locked?
You
Just
reach
kind
out,
of jiggle the handle.
you reach out and open it.
Uh,
There is
Lock?
no handle. It's just it's a door that swings.
Okay.
But yeah, so you look up So Penley, you're thinking about knocking. You haven't heard anything yet. Doesn't sound like anything. Nothing has come out to greet you. Penley, sure, get a quick knock.
I kick it open.
No one answers. Elista, you kick the door. Make a strength check.
A strength? Oh, shit. Here I go. I'm going to embarrass myself. Alrighty. Maybe this will be the one thing that I roll good on now that I have a negative to it. No, never mind.
What'd you roll?
I tripped.
You tripped?
For a dirty 1.
Elista!
A dirty one.
2 minus 1.
Jesus.
You get ready. You don't even you don't even successfully kick the door. And as you get ready to act like you're about to kick it, you just hit a little slick of mud where it's just a little bit too much. Like the grass right there didn't have real thick roots, and you just heal up
Like just
acid.
full of Charlie Brown it, huh?
Just Charlie Brown it as you try to kick this door open. It doesn't even move. Pendley, as you knock on the door, you can see that the door itself rattles a little bit, and there seems to be some sort of latch that's closed. That's holding it closed from the inside.
Hello? You okay, Elista?
She's laying there like she meant to do it. Yeah.
Whoa,
Feeling great.
cool. Good. Hello? Is anyone home?
There's no response.
Ernest, can you kick the door open? Please. Or just open it. I'm sure with your big meaty hands.
Ernest he doesn't kick the door open because he's gentle like that. What the door do to him? He pushes the door.
You push the door, and as you do so, you push. There is a little bit of resistance. You feel as though you could break through it pretty easily if you kept going. Do you choose to? It's clearly locked. But
I'll turn back and I'll look at Chompery specifically and go, I think it's locked.
Might not be home. Maybe it moved. I don't know.
How long?
Open it up.
Just in case someone needs help.
Yeah, it might be hurt.
Okay. I push the door open.
Give me a strength check.
Okay.
Try not to roll one.
I'll do my best.
Alessa's going to be due for like an entire session of natural 20s here. At the
I
end.
rolled a 10.
I don't think Forge likes me anymore.
I'll be making my way back down as Ernest is pushing his door open.
You make your way back down. You land softly as Ernest, with your 10, you successfully just push the door open. There was some sort of latching mechanism that had slammed down right there. But as you push the door open, you can see that the piece that was holding it, that held the latch down, the piece that comes up like this, faded, like it was eaten by termites or other bugs. As does, there's a little bit of larva, and as Trompery, as we all walk in, and Trompery does too, she just looks back at Penley and says, see, unsafe.
They probably weren't supposed to eat that.
That's what I'm saying. And you all you all step into the little hunting cabin. It's a single studio room. When you step in, it looks like it looks pretty barren. Like there looks to be some sort of there appears to be some sort of like fireplace area over to the right. It's completely devoid of any kind of tools or pots or pans or cooking utensils or anything over there. There's a place where a bed, like a bed frame used to be, or like a spot where they were. Like you can kind of see where the wood around on the ground is kind of discolored compared to the rest of it, right? Like it's just a little bit cleaner, like where you would move a rug or over top of aisle or whatever. But it looks like it's very clearly been cleaned out, like someone moved. But it doesn't appear as though anyone's been here for quite a long time.
Maybe we
Call
should
me
have
a
called ahead.
genius. Yeah, maybe. Call me a genius, but I don't think he lives here anymore.
I think you're a genius.
Whoa, thank you.
You know
Can I make
what
an
we have to
investigation
go?
check?
For what?
Which of us?
I want to know, like,
You.
how long he's been gone for.
Make a survival check for me, Ernest.
You said we could pick.
That's not what you didn't ask for. An investigation check. You asked for a survival check. Well, you asked for an investigation, but the thing you described is survival.
All right, fine. You know what? It's okay. I got it.
Yeah,
Yeah, dirty 20.
dirty 20. Okay.
Couldn't be me.
It's really, there's no body or anything like that. There's no waste in this area. It doesn't seem like there are very few things to really kind of gauge how long he's been gone from here in the area. What I would say is that probably the closest way that Ernest could make this assumption is looking at the latch that broke, that had rotted. That was very clearly something that was locked when he left, and it had time to rot break. And that sort of process can take a long time in this environment. He's been gone from this place for what seems to be years.
Years, yeah. Okay.
Or that, or the latch has been rotting for years. So, and it's something most people would fix if it's the lock of their house.
Looks like no one's been here for a long, long time.
It does.
Do you know where else he might be?
It couldn't have gone far, right?
You have any
I
way
mean,
of like
it
getting
could
in
have been
contact
years.
with him?
He's,
What was that, Ardeen?
Clearly had time. Is there something that would slow him down, or?
He was looking. I know his special research was for this area specifically, and I don't think he would have left. He might have. Now it is possibly found something. What did you say, Dorian?
I don't remember. I got lost in what you were talking about.
Did you see anything while you were up top?
Yes. Looks like there was a path. Not a super well-traveled path, but it looked like somebody carved their way along the mountainside from here. You think the thing that he was looking for he found and
Not really.
walked up and wandered off?
Rendavi wanted to find a way to store magic. He wanted to be able to enchant things at a higher level than we were able to. He wanted to be able to hold and stack enchantments. And I don't think he thought the solution was here. I don't think he would have left. If there's a clear path, it's probably him. We should follow it, see if we can find him. Yes.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. I
So-
mean, if it's in the
Checks
way of
out.
what we need to do. And also, he's your friend, and I'm sure you want to know where he is.
Friend is... Yeah, friends. Colleagues, maybe. But yeah, we can probably give it a shot. Yeah. Here, let's show us that path, Doria.
All right. I'll take them out and lead them towards where I saw that path.
You hustle on in front of everyone, and they all walk normal pace behind you. And
Excuse me.
you guys walk over for a little bit, and it seems as though there's from down here. It was obvious when you were high because it was very clearly would run along mountains, but you guys can see that there is looks like there is some sort of path, and it does appear as though it's not horribly well worn, but people have traveled down it, and it leads off in that direction. And you may all follow it if you wish. Okay.
Sure.
Follows.
Someone roll a d4.
Shh, I got you. My roll's been on point tonight. Here we go.
Oh boy.
A 3.
hey,
That's better than any roll I've done tonight.
Total?
On a D4 total 3? Yeah.
Oh, a D4. Yeah. Good job. Good job. That's
Thank
awesome.
you. That's
That's what we
75%
needed. Yeah,
passing.
that's what we needed.
Elista,
Hello.
this whole as the entire party moves down this path, I will say that it is you who first notices that the path starts to fade, and it becomes less and less traveled the further along you get on it, and it becomes more and more unclear where the path is, and the surrounding foothills begin. It becomes easier and easier to lose that path, and you guys hold on to it for as long as you can. And then, as you're walking, you all begin to smell this horrible stench.
Guys, what have I done?
It's coming from a little ways downhill from where you are. Or the path you're walking is a little bit downhill, and you can't see anything from where you're at right now. But there's something over there that smells like a rotting corpse and copper kind of mixed together. And it's apparent the second it hits you, it's very apparent.
Smells metally. I mean, and like dead people, but what is that?
Gross.
Yeah, I can definitely agree.
Should I take a look? Like, go up higher?
It's probably a good idea to figure out what this is.
Okay.
I can look if nobody else would like to.
I mean, it'd be safer to get higher than approach whatever is making that smell, right? I mean, you can go up if you want. I'll send you up.
Sure.
You ever fly before?
No, but I've seen
You're
bad
about
things.
to.
Oh god.
She reaches over. She's gonna place her hands on your shoulders and she's gonna cast levitate on you.
She just like slowly.
And you kind of slowly float up 20 feet.
Oh my god, with like her cloak and her clothes like billowing around her, she just looks like a little storm cloud.
Yeah, the little storm cloud beneath your feet. You're just kind of, what?
It's just
Should
wobbly.
have kind of stringed her.
She'll come back down. It's okay.
I know,
Can you
but
see it from
walk
there?
around.
Do you need to go higher?
Ah. She starts craning her neck. Can she see it from 20 feet up?
20 more feet.
No.
Next turn.
Ah!
20.
Oh, jeez.
You get about 40 feet off the ground, and you get a little. You're almost above the tree line, and so you gotta go a little bit further to get above it. When you get above it, that fog issue comes up again. You really can't see that far past. You're getting the. You cannot see anything from where you are now. You would have to walk towards it in order to get a better sense of what this thing is. It's also
We're going to have to
down.
get closer.
Or
How do I get down?
Oh, I can do that. You said you don't see anything?
No, there is too much fog. And we are also kind of too far away.
Okay. She'll kind of control the storm cloud to guide her back down.
She's gonna make a low, uneasy sound as she is lowered to the ground.
It's okay. It's okay. I mean, you'll be okay. It's
Okay.
still going, so I might just lift you at some point, but we'll see. What happens.
Okay.
We'll see if we need it.
Okay. I do prefer the ground.
But it was fun, right? Like the feeling of just being completely weightless and going up. Isn't that cool?
Sure. I would say more unsettling, but sure.
We'll get used to it. It's okay. We get used to it.
We'll get used to it.
Yeah. Trust me, the air is way better than the ground.
Oh, okay. She doesn't look like she quite believes you as she goes. I guess we all move forward.
Sure. Who's the best at like looking at things among us?
My perception's +7.
That's one better than me.
My perception's +10.
Oh, okay. Owl man.
How about you
Not me.
scout ahead of us? Maybe be stealthy about it.
Be careful though.
He's an owl. He can take care of himself.
Right.
Like,
He could do that thing with his neck so we can see all over the place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's so perceptive.
Oh,
Impressive.
down through the bushes.
Yeah, do we wanna go look at the smelly smell, or do we wanna keep going? Sounds like we
I mean,
want to go
do-
look at the smelly smell.
We
I
don't
mean,
want to be
You always gotta
antagonized
look
by
at a
it.
good smelly smell.
Gotta
If
make
it-
sure it's not our friend.
It sounds.
If it smells like a rotting corpse, it probably is.
It might
But if
be
he's
him.
been gone for years, hopefully, like, we didn't just miss
He
him.
just died.
So he's like probably fine. We just need to like make sure.
It's like, man,
Stealth check,
he
Dorian.
died last night. Stealth
give,
check?
Give me a stealth check, Dorian, as you skulk through the underbrush.
All right. That is a 19.
19. You are under the brush all the time. You didn't even know there was a brush. You're just walking.
I thought these were trees.
These could have been trees.
What do you mean these are bushes?
I gotta stop emphasizing Dorian's shortness. Otherwise, the end of the campaign is gonna be 6 inches tall.
He just keeps shrinking every time you mention it.
Dorian, you bring the wings close to your back so that they are close and flush next to you, so you're not hitting anything around as you begin walking that way. The closer and closer you get, the greater the stench becomes. It becomes more concentrated, more stringent. As you make your way forward, you break into a small clearing. As you look around quickly, it doesn't look like there are any creatures immediately in your vicinity, but there does seem to be some sort of black goo, as like almost like this, about the size of a fountain, maybe 40 or 50 feet across. There's this black goo that's bubbling up, and there's a tree behind it. And from the knot in one of the trees, there's like this black tarry substance, which is kind of the source of all this smell. And it's bubbling out of the tree and into this little pool, which is then bubbling as well.
Body. It's just a stinky tree.
It's a stinky tree. Dorian, make a perception check.
Except the stinky tree. That is a 12.
12. Nothing happens.
Can I percept the stinky tree?
You approach the stinky tree?
Yeah.
Well, right now you've agreed to let Dorian go forward and
You're right. Dorian's got it.
Kind of stealth that thing up. But
Dorian's got it.
Dorian, do you want to come back and report first, or like what's up? Or do you want to keep going?
Throw a feather at it.
I'll probably start to approach it a little bit more, trying to stay as low as I can to. I mean, I'm not going to be seen by a tree.
That's where you're wrong.
Awesome. You can test that assumption.
If you think so, yeah.
You can test that assumption at your own convenience.
I already tested that like a couple weekends ago.
Yeah. Okay. You walk forward and you approach the tree. As you stealth up, the tree does not attack you. The tree does not come alive. The smell is gag-worthy. And as you enter into the space, I don't know if there's a good way you could hide from your friends. So your friends all see Dorian break into the clearing, away from the hidey area, and you move out. Ernest, go ahead and make that perception check for me.
Awesome, let's get it.
As you get closer, it becomes clear that there's no immediate danger.
18.
18. Ernest, you see right behind the tree, like kind of in the underbrush, I would say probably a little over it, which might be the reason Dorian didn't see it. There's just a little flash of white light. It lights up and disappears and it's gone. Don't see it again.
I look I'll look over at Ardeen. I'll be like, I think I saw a spirit.
What? Where?
Ardeen.
How?
Ardeen.
Yes.
When you get closer, and your spiritness begins to enter into the space. Have you seen that nature documentary where all the animals in all of Africa are all feeding from the same water hole? And there's like lions and gazelles and all that stuff.
The Lion King, yes.
Yeah. They're all drinking the Lion King, you see. There are, I would say, hundreds of animal spirits surrounding this tar pit. You can see that there are deer drinking from it. You can see that there are birds fluttering about in the trees. All spirits. All in spirit form. There's a bear, and there's some rabbits running around the bear, and he's kind of playing with them and batting at them. You see maybe a dozen or more humanoids who are just sitting around shooting the shit. Looks like they're talking to each other, living their best spirit lives. But there are hundreds of spirits surrounding this pool, enjoying it as if it were the grove around as if it were the grove that Trompery just led you from.
For a moment, she's just kind of speechless as she looks around at them all.
Do you see anything?
I have never seen so many. They are everywhere.
Ernest starts like watching his step, making sure he's not stepping on anything little.
When you start to move around, Ernest, it's weird, Ardeen. You see that there's like this moving between the spirits of the birds and the animals and things. you see something moving, literally like it's hopping between the spirits, and it makes them bright for a second. It's like as if they're about to glow, and you can see it hopping like every quarter second between creatures, and you follow it off, and it hits the last one at the very edge of your vision. It keeps going, and then you see the little light, little will-o-wisp just light up and disappear.
Yeah, was that what you saw? It was a...
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. I have never seen one of those either. And she's kind of like runs off to try to find it.
Make a wisdom save. So you guys all see Ardeen run off, like say all these things and run off towards a distance. You guys don't see anything at all.
I'm just stealthing in an open field.
Alright, 19.
19.
Hiding behind me.
Ardeen, you let's jump over Pidley and Last there. You guys do anything right a second?
Did I see anything?
Nothing yet.
What did she do?
Chasing
Ardeen?
spirits.
She doesn't normally chase them. She normally talks to them.
Maybe this one's running away.
I didn't think that invisible dead people could smell so bad.
I mean, I personally think we should move on, but Ardeen seems to be going balls deep, so should we follow her?
Ardeen, you're running, chasing the spirit. You see it light up about 20 feet, 30 feet, 50 feet, 70 feet. It seems to be leading you somewhere. You can catch it for a second. You look over it, and you can see it's about 50 feet away, and you start booking it towards it.
See her growl, come back here!
And as you get close to it, about 10 feet from it, it disappears, and you are running straight towards another pit. And you can see that, like, your momentum might even carry you into it. But you break off, then what do you do?
She's kind of like... Okay, you try to stop when you're like on skates where you just like use the side of your foot and she just kind of like falls.
Just like it's like a baseball slide. Like you skate,
Yeah.
and then baseball slide, and like there's dust and dirt and leaves and everything from the new spring growth comes up, and you can see it as you stop just before you get to the acre, and even some of the dirt and the grass that you kicked up falls into it, and then as all that like natural material hits that acre, it just disintegrates into nothing. It eats it alive. Everything you threw in there, just nothing.
She just kind of like sits there like contemplating her second near-death experience of the day and just like catching her breath. I assume, are the others coming?
I don't know.
When she's taken a
Yes,
significant amount of
casually
distance.
walking after her when she disappears from our sight.
As she starts running, Pendley's like, and Elisa had been like, should we go after her? Blah, 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 balls deep, etc. Pendley's like, yeah, we probably should. Yeah, we probably should go. And Pendley goes. I don't know that Pendley necessarily runs, but makes haste for sure.
When you run around and you see that, you see the wisps that Ardeen is following. And any of the others of you that see the wisps as Ardeen hits them, you can start to look around and you see that they are everywhere, like fireflies, lighting up this whole space.
Are you seeing them?
Whoa. Ben will kind of finally come to a stop next to Ardeen and, like, just a little bit. Pen's pretty fast, pretty agile, and we'll just put the brakes on and offer a hand.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take it, stand up.
Eli walks up. So what's going on in this neck of the woods?
The little lights, do you see them?
There's so many.
I see them.
Let's
Yes.
make a wisdom save throw.
Okay. Da, 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 da. Come on, Foundry, don't be like that.
Rampy.
16.
16.
First work roll of the night.
Hey.
Elasta, you see one. You see one too, and it calls to you, and you gotta chase it for a little bit.
I think you have to.
Elasta has to.
Oh boy.
Oh no, I see it. It's over. It's right there. Huh. And she starts to follow it.
Oh, for the rest of you, it's very apparent that Elasta's walking, and in that direction there is a sheer drop off, like hundreds of feet that bounce into other trees, like immediate death to fall that far, and it's heading that direction.
Hey, Lysta, you there? I try to pick her up.
Ernest, you go over there. Elasta, you're moving over there. Ernest, you grab her, and when you do, Elasta, you save on your check. But as you move closer, Ernest goes over, grabs you, and just holds you back, and then the wisp fades, and you feel its magic dissipate from your control.
Oh. She
What's
looks
going on?
down at the sheer drop off. Oh, we should not be here.
I think I understand why there are so many ghosts now.
Those things are trying to kill us.
Or get you to follow them, which inadvertently leads to your death because they can fly. You can't. Is
Yeah, I
also
can
a possibility.
Frickin' fly. But
But you didn't.
yeah. I guess.
Anyway,
I
it's
almost
kinda
got into a pit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely spooky.
We should probably go.
Is Trompery with us?
Yeah, she's staying as far away from the smelly smell as she can be, especially from the will-o'-wisps that are leading people to their death.
Dorian?
Tromper thinks it's a bad idea to be over where you guys are, so she's not.
I wish she'd said that.
Well, I can't just tell you what to do, Max.
She could.
You could suggest.
You'd be like, that seems like a terrible idea. Have fun.
If anyone's feeling like they need to follow the lights, you can hold my hand. We can
I don't
walk out of
feel
here
like it.
together.
Anymore, so maybe we should just go. We should just go. Dorian, are you here?
To-
Probably get away from this. Yeah, you guys all ran past me.
Oh, hi. Sorry, you're so down. I'm not used to people that are shorter than me.
Been adventuring for months.
Still not used to you. You're so small. Like half my size.
This is a 2-scale figure of
don't-
Dorian.
I don't hang out with children.
No, child.
You're child-sized.
The bird.
Sorry.
Sunset.
Shall we?
Everyone who
And
wants
just
to...
kind of like offers hand. Probably no one will take it, but Penley's like, shall we go?
Ernest takes your hand.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Ernest,
Oh,
Penley grabs Ernest's hands, like, we've got this.
One more thing.
I'll take your hand. Oh,
Great.
yeah?
Takes her hand.
Static shock.
Real quick, Adrien just like goes over to one of the spirits and like puts down one of the human spirits, puts down a little drum, puts down a little hand drum on the ground. Are you here because the little lights lured you to your death? Tap twice for yes, once for no. If you can, please.
Ernest stares intently.
Tap once. Are we here because the thing lured us here? Tap 1 for yes, twice for no.
Yes, that works, yes.
1 for yes, twice for no.
Yes.
Let me ask you something, Ardeen. These visions you have, or it's a better question for Rain.
Yeah.
For Ardeen, these spirits you see, do you think that they're exclusively those that have died, or are they for creatures that were native to the material plane or from the material plane, and they died, and you're seeing what's left of them here on Earth, or is Ardeen seeing into that spiritual world in a way that she might also see other things?
I think she would definitely think it's the first one.
She definitely thinks it's the first one.
Yes. She does not fully understand herself as an Azamar. She just understands that she sees things, and that's how she makes sense of it.
Okay. In that case, once is yes, twice is no. Ardeen, you don't see anything. You're telling me that she definitely thinks that it's just the creatures here, and you hear 2 taps for no.
Huh.
It doesn't look like the spirits themselves did anything, but you hear 2 taps.
Well, there goes my theory. Alright. I'm enjoying, by the way. Thank you. I should go. She just takes a little drum, and she joins the line.
When it beats twice, he goes. Can we ask it something else? Them?
She just kind of looks at the spirit, like, do you have time? Like, are you do you have spirit stuff you gotta do?
There is a chill down Ardeen's back that she may have never experienced anything worse in her entire life.
I think they don't want to talk.
Oh.
Just kind of pushes them away.
Oh, okay.
We will find you some friendlier spirits to talk to.
Is Birdie still there?
Oh, yes, of course.
That's good.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's leave. We leave.
Henley holds Elista's hand and Ernest's hand and valiantly leads them from the will-o'-the-wisp.
Mm-hmm.
She laces her fingers with yours and looks at you with a grin.
It's okay. At this point, I'm in somebody's pocket.
You're in my pack.
Who would like to... So at this point, the road's kind of gone. But we're still in the search for Renvari. Who would like to head up the next leg of this journey?
Anybody good at navigating roads that don't really exist?
Or finding people that are lost, things like that.
That'd be maybe like survival, investigation,
Perception, perhaps.
perception.
I'm bad at most of
I'll
those.
do it.
Insight.
I'll do it.
Ernest,
That was hopeful.
Ernest, how do you help us find Renvari?
I look with my giant eyes.
Makes sense to me.
With the one giant eye.
You start looking around and you start walking, feeling the world and getting your perception in. Give me that shit.
That's right. Yeah, I close my little eye and I look with my
The long lens eye.
yes.
I use my long eye.
Oh, sweet. 24.
Bro, I
24.
could never roll that good. It's a pipe dream.
At a certain point, I would say that as you're walking along and you're for lack of a better term, just moving along the hillside, trying to find where Renvari was, starting to get into what is wilderness out here in the Shepherd's Pass. Ernest, you look off in the distance, and my goodness, there's a bridge. It's probably about, at this point, about 1,000 feet forward is the entrance on your side, but then it stretches across the valley and towards this other way to another direction that heads off further into the mountain. And there it is, just a rope bridge hanging across the valley.
I see a bridge
Where?
about 1,000 feet that direction.
Trumpet comes over there and just pushes you a little bit out of the way so she can see. You know what? I think last time we were here, I was on the other side of this. Yeah, we gotta cross that bridge. He's gotta be over there.
How old does the
that's
bridge look?
It's pretty far away.
Okay,
we
I'm
get
gonna ask
close to
again when we get closer.
Because
Because I'm a big guy. I don't know if it could hold me.
Has it been
What-
10 minutes by the time we
what did Penn
we get
say?
there?
What did Penn say? Yes,
Oh
Okay.
no, it was just is that all sort of thing, but like in a fully innocent manner. Like great.
far more than 10 minutes have passed since we last left the Black Acre.
Cool.
Yeah. It's probably about 1,000 feet up. You guys can make that travel pretty quick. It's a quarter mile.
1,000 feet up.
1,000 feet further. Quick quarter mile.
Up the trail.
3 or 4 minutes. You can get over there pretty quick at your speed. To your point, Ernest, give me, as you look at the bridge and you get closer, you can see that it is a relatively standard rope bridge. Looks like it's tied together with some sort of viney ropes that have been made to stretch all the way across, and they all connect to little. They're all tied together, and there are these wooden planks that stretch across each one. It looks like straight out of Pirates of the Caribbean. There is a little bit of mossy stuff growing on it, so it is not a new bridge by any stretch of the imagination. Give me a I would say no. Yeah, investigation's fine. Investigation's fine for this, Ernest.
Okay.
You could probably also do nature if you wanted to.
Okay. So that's a 14 on the investigation.
14 on the investigation. It's hard to tell exactly how old it is, but it's very clear that it's not exactly sturdy. It's going to take some finesse to get all the way across.
Okay.
So I think
Sensing
maybe we
it.
should go before Ernest goes. I'll go with Ernest. I'll make sure he doesn't fall.
No, that's cool. I'm just gonna wild shape into a bird.
Yo, okay, never mind. Ernest, I see you.
Ernest.
Just fly across. Yeah.
Yeah. Ernest prepares himself to just fly across. Maybe.
Ernest, do you want me to hold your nest for you?
That depends. Does the nest change when I wild shape?
It goes into you. It goes into you.
Sounds like equipment to me, yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds good to me.
Definitely equipment. This nest for the spirit bird. Definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely.
I have to
Well,
make sure
anyone-
my spirits are comfortable, man.
Anyone that can't fly, if you want to just stick near me, I'll make sure you don't die.
Can I do a giant eagle? I don't even know if that's possible.
You're not. I don't think you're high enough. You're a moon druid, right?
Yeah, I could be a giant owl.
You could probably be a giant owl or a giant eagle.
Yo,
Yeah, I
should
could
be
be a
able to.
giant owl.
How many levels of druid did you take? 8.
Yes, 8.
Okay, yeah, you can turn it to it. You can do giant owl stuff.
All right,
Or
I want to
just
be
flex it
a
on the
giant
internet.
owl, guys. hop on, guys.
You can take.
How many
one-
people could I
take
carry with me?
one- You can take one person.
I can take one person.
Yeah.
I'll cross the bridge. I should be able to run pretty fast if it starts to break.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Somebody else who can't fly. Maybe Ardeen? Do you
Ardeen?
want to go?
I thought maybe Elista would levitate me again, but
You seemed a little uncomfortable last time.
that is true. But if no one else is going to take the giant owl,
I'll just go next to Elista in case I can't run fast enough, and then I have multiple plans.
Well, I know Dorian, you can fly. If Ernest is flying, taking Ardeen, it's just Penn. It's just me, you, and Elasta. We can. You run fast. I'll be with Elasta. No one will die. It's great.
Perfect. That sounds good to me. I'll
Awesome.
take up the rear just in case.
Okay. Well then, Elasta, why don't you go first? I'll walk behind you. Mute.
Can't hear you.
Oh shit! Do you want to hold my hand?
I'm gonna hold the edges so I don't fall.
I mean, that's fair, I guess. Is it like swaying as we're looking at it?
Definitely.
Oh, cool.
Swinging.
Definitely swaying in the wind. Definitely creaking a little bit. Definitely certain death to fall that far.
Okay.
For
Well,
sure.
you can hold my hand when we get to the other side. Good
Alright.
compromise.
So,
I'll
Dorian,
walk confidently forward, not afraid of heights at all.
Eliza's going first, followed by Trompery, followed by 10. Ernest, you're carrying Ardeen across. Dorian, what are you doing?
Gonna fly over there.
You just fly over there. Little man just flies
Fly
across. All right. So this is a pretty simple gig. CJ, I would like for Pendley to roll 3d20.
Okay. Just straight up d20s.
Just straight up d20s. You need to get higher than a 6 on all of them.
Okay, let's see what happens.
6 or higher.
Huh. Okay, 6 or higher. Good. It's just
Six or-
rolled a 6.
Yeah. Good start. Good start.
Okay.
It's only up from here.
How do we go? How do we go? It's a 1.
It's a
That's a
1?
1.
Great.
It's a 1.
We
Awesome.
just got on this
My
bridge.
last one is a 5. That's a 5.
5. Okay.
There's no
Throw
break
the
left.
dice out.
So this is
dear.
going in the bad dice corner.
Lista,
Naughty dice trick.
Hi.
you also get to give me 3d20.
3d20. Okay.
Yep.
I really
Pop
don't want
up
to
in these.
roll them with Foundry, but why not? Right?
These
You
other
can roll
dice.
on D&D Beyond.
I should
I
have.
don't know
CJ.
if I'll have any dice to roll in the
God.
future. I might be dead.
I really should have.
I'll. Somebody will save you. Max
I'm
will
gonna save
you.
me.
Ernest,
And you.
Ernest, you're ferrying someone across, so you're not
I got
near
a
the party.
4.
I
You got
know.
1 4? How many 4s
I-
did you get?
I got a 13, 7, and 4.
13, 7, and 4. Alright. So, Elisha gets to do this once, and Pendley gets to do it twice. Strawberry, fortunately, did not step on a bad plank. So, or she fortunately did not. So,
Squid Game all over again.
you guys are making your way across. So, we
Take it
have
away, downtown. Sorry,
Well,
I'm sorry.
let's start with Pendley. So Eliza's moving forward, one at a time, leading us all on. You guys get the awesome drone shot moving around as you guys are walking across the bridge, and everyone else is already safely across.
Lord of
Now-
the Rings music playing.
Yeah, of course. Now, Ernest, Ardeen, and Dorian, you're all safe. You're all the way across.
Yeah.
As we're all moving through, everyone, it seems as though Elista and Trompery both skipped over a particular plank, and that you, Pendley, unfortunately did not. As you're walking, you hit one, and it breaks, and you get ready to fall straight through this bridge. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
I can do that.
You hit it. It is rotted to the core. It breaks out completely. It just completely bottoms out on you.
All right, I am okay. Sorry, that was me thinking out loud mostly. Okay, let's see. That's fun. Plus, but it's above a 6.
It's greater than a 6.
12.
12. 12 is not good enough for this. As you at this level, you hit it, Pendley, and you start to fall through. At that point, you begin to fall. You hit it. It's as you pull down on the ropes, you pull them tight. All three of you hear, or some sort of like twing of one of the ropes on the backside just snapping, and the whole bridge gets a little bit more loose. Pendley, you fall through all the way down to your tummy. Elista, what are you doing? Or Pendley gets a reaction, Elista gets a reaction.
I think now's a good time to remind the chat that you can give the party luck
Sure.
and blessings. Also, welcome Raiders. We got raided by role-propelled gamers.
Hello,
What's up,
welcome.
guys?
Yeah.
We're just trying not to die crossing this bridge.
Yeah, we're just
Some
trying
of us
to.
are bad at bridges,
I'm not
and the
doing
others are
good.
screaming.
Quick assessment:
Yes.
is Penley falling through?
He is about. He is. If nothing happens on these reactions, Penley will fall to his death.
Oh, okay.
How far is it? Because I can reduce my fall damage by 55 hit points.
Penley might not die.
Okay. Afraid
There's-
Not has given us a bless.
There's significant chance that Penley would not die due to the.
I can't use Featherfall unless they are falling. So I will save my reaction
So-
until they start falling.
You
It
got
looks like Mac has given CJ luck.
Chompery, can you grab
Yay!
him? Can you grab him? Or
I will. Trompery turns around to reach out for Pen, and I will. With that, with the luck gets given out. Do you want to use that, CJ?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
We also have a curse from Afraid Not. Y'all going crazy, and we have another bless from McBluff as well.
what are you cursing and blessing?
There's no way we fail this now, Daniel. We have the power of God in the chat on our side.
That's so funny. Okay, so real quick, so Elisa, you're holding a reaction to do Featherfall in case Penley does fall to their doom. CJ is utilizing their luck so that Penley cannot die. Tromper, you say that Tromper reaches out towards Penley. Penley, you can go ahead and roll that luck if you want dexterity saving throw.
I will also say that, sorry, that was very clicky. I will also say that just in case, I will still use my reaction to spend a key point to do. I lost it. To do the thing that makes me not hurt as much if I fall.
Okay.
I believe it is slow fall.
Slow
That's
fall.
what it's called.
That sounds like a
Slow fall.
great thing to have right now.
That is a great thing. Let's get.
So that is, it's one of those things where it's just like probably almost second nature with the key and stuff like that. Bentley starts to fall and is like, huh, and activates the key to maybe not die if this doesn't turn out. But I'm gonna go ahead and use my luck to re-roll that. Right?
Okay. Yes, go ahead and give that a reroll.
Okay.
Dexterity save reroll.
Oh, much better. Much better. It is 19.
19. You can
These
feel
dice get to stay.
those are the winners. That will succeed. So Tromper is reaching out towards you. Elisa's preparing to cast Featherfall as you manage to grip over and you grab that a plank on the far side and you pull up and you can see it catches strong against the ropes where it's tied onto the sides and it gets taut and you hold yourself with Tromper's help. You're able to pull yourself back up. You actually can feel a large gust of wind come up from underneath you. What would be the Featherfall as Elisa's prematurely bringing that up. With that brings you all the way back up and you're able to stand. Tromper quickly scampers away so you guys aren't occupying the same wooden planks. Another one falls underneath you. But you are fine where you're at as you succeed.
Okay, cool. Do I need to roll again? Because I think that was just not
yet.
to try and die
Not
or
yet.
anything like that.
I don't know if this will help, but we got the curse was 8, the bless was 10. We aren't fighting anything right now, so
What does that do, Max?
So a curse of 8, the enemies don't. The curse of Coyote. The enemies don't think you're a threat. They autofill their next save as they're caught off guard.
It makes
A
sense.
bless of 10, you actually get a d6 of guidance for the encounter.
hey, now that's what I'm talking about.
So the bridge does not see you all as a threat. Not even
That's
a
good.
little
So
bit.
so the wind doesn't move it, right? It just stays still. That's what that means, right?
No, the wind is not the bridge. Those are two separate entities.
Fair enough.
And
Fair
so, but to remind us, what I will do, because that's not a very helpful curse. What I will do is say that these last, because I know that one of the ropes snapped off.
Mm-hmm.
As that happened, it looked. None of you were paying attention because you were all trying to save your lives and you were trying not to die. As that rope snapped, like an ethereal god came up and just grabbed it and put it back. and like just like
tied it on.
yeah, like just like Superman welded it back together and then just left. And no one's the wiser, but that sound disappeared, and the bridge is just fine the way it was.
Wow, that was incredible.
No one saw anything. It's
No,
great.
I swear I heard a bridge snap, but it looks fine from here. A nice bow knot over there I didn't see before.
Eliza,
I
this
do
hap-
feel like I'm pretty lucky, so this just fits.
Okay, try not to fall though, because realistically I can only save like one of us at a time, or all of us at a time. Depends.
Sorry.
There's a little bit of requirement to. There's like a little bit of pep in your step. It's just like, let's get off this bridge as quickly as we can. And
Seems
what
fair.
are Ernest and Dora and all these people who can fly doing that we're still walking? As you're walking, you're thinking that, maybe getting a little angry that you didn't get a ride, and you hit one, and this time it's not the board itself that breaks, it's the rope of on the left side, and as it breaks through, the whole thing swings sideways and you begin to fall. Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I'm not rolling in Foundry because I'll die. I'm gonna use D&D. Oh
Yeah,
god,
that's fine. It's worse.
I know
Jesus.
it actually is better than the other rolls I've been getting tonight. It's a 12.
A 12 is not enough. Eliza, you begin to fall. You have seconds.
Eliza, no.
You have seconds before you fall through this bridge to your immediate death.
I have a
React-
reaction though, right? Yeah.
You and Pendley both have reactions. Pendley, do you have anything for us first to save Eliza before she falls?
Did
to
you add
death?
your D6 of guidance?
Yeah, did you add
I
your D6 in
didn't.
it? It's important.
Thank you for reminding me.
We did
the
get
blessing
blessed,
of
yeah.
Arthas
I will say. Well, I'll wait till you do
has
that.
a
and then I'll
14
figure it out.
sound.
That's a 14 sound? Like Wile E. Coyote. What do you do, Pendley?
All right. I would say. So, can I? Sure. I was just looking to see if I had anything that would be like specific to a dexterity situation here. But is there a way that I can try to grab Eliza, like by the shirt collar, by the upper arm, by anything that I could possibly grab? Is that because like a reaction
You-
is like
The trompery is between you and Eliza.
okay.
You can give me a key point to step of the wind past her, and
I
then
was looking
use,
at that.
then you could step of the
Yeah.
wind past trompery, and then use your reaction to kind of like grapple and hold Eliza before she falls to her death.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I'd be happy to. Yeah, I'd be
Okay.
happy to do that. That's,
All right.
Yeah, because that was what I was looking at, but I was like, I don't know if I can really apply this. But
Yeah.
Thank
You
you,
just
yeah.
you key points go past. You're gonna reaction to kind of grab her.
Okay.
This is something you're trying to do. You can do either like. You can either go for like, let me grab her by the shoulders and do this athletics check, or you can kind of go more acrobatics with it. So athletics or acrobatic check, your choice, to kind of save Eliza from falling to her doom.
I'll go acrobatics. I feel I have a very slight advantage there versus, but both are all right for Penley. So, I think it is sort of like a slip in, like quickly kind of thing. So
Mhm.
probably more of an acrobatic situation.
Yeah,
I
maybe,
mean-
maybe we're sliding across, like putting a leg under an elbow or something, like an armpit,
Yeah.
and like hanging out there.
Yeah, we'll worry about getting you back up after this, but hopefully we can at least stop you from going further down. Yeah, so Penley just whoosh, and do I say, oh, that's before I add anything good. Yeah, that'll be a 25.
25. So Eliza, you're beginning to fall. Pendley, tell us what this looks like as you zip past trompery and catch Eliza successfully.
One of the things that there's a lot of things that Penley doesn't seem great at, but being agile is one of them. And so from nearly eating shit and dying only seconds before, there's something that just kind of clicks for Penley seeing Eliza be in that situation, takes it much more seriously than when he was just in that situation, and he steps with greed around trompery, as if almost as if they were engaged, like almost disengaging here, not engaged in the ring way, but in the actions way,
in the I'm within 5 feet of you way.
Yep, and just slipping right past, and literally just kind of dives, like gets that one leg underneath one side, a hand is under the other side, arms wise, and is just like, okay, all right, that's step one. I got to get you up, but this is a good start, and is kind of like 1 foot on the side of the rope bridge to kind of like the one that's not underneath her arm is bracing on the side of the rope bridge, and the same thing with the other side where one arm is holding and the other arm is bracing. So
perfect. And you are wedged in there. Elasta, you are caught.
Where am I being held from?
probably under your arms, like one leg is under your arm and one hand is under your other arm, and you're just kind of dangling there.
Oh, this is completely unflattering, but thank you.
You're not, I mean...
You got like a chin in Pendley's rib.
Yeah, just like... You're not falling, so there's that.
No, I did say thank you, so...
Yeah, can I make some sort of action, like in athletics, to try and haul her up?
I think at this point, we've saved Elasta from falling to her doom with Tromper's help, with your help, with Elasta not looking like a rag doll. You guys all managed to get back up on the bridge and continue your walk.
Awesome.
If you wish.
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
Henley kind of helps haul you up and is just like, you were right about those boards.
Oh, me? I was right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't step through a board. The railing kind of snapped. I didn't see that coming. But maybe we shouldn't be on here.
We should probably go, as fast as we safely can.
Yeah,
I guess is
Sure. Yeah.
At this point, you're past the point of no turn. It'd be harder to get back than it would be to go across.
Maybe we're halfway there.
Maybe 150 feet or so to end it all.
We're doing great, team. Don't look down, and you'll be good. Continues walking.
As you take a step, the rope breaks.
The other side?
So a second one from this side, but actually only the first, because the gods fixed it. So the first one breaks again, and the bridge starts to swing. You guys begin walking, start heading that direction. Pendley.
Yeah.
You have one more occurrence. Let's get a deck save.
Great.
You can do it.
We love those.
Come on, Monk.
Not gonna be enough, I don't think. I'm just adding. Yeah, no, that's an 11.
You know, if it weren't for the blood gods, this whole bridge would fall.
That's fair.
Did you use your D6?
Yeah, did you use D6?
I didn't! Oh, thank you. Okay. Alright, let's see if we can save this.
Shouts out to the blood gods, keeping us alive off of this the most deadliest bridge encounter ever.
That's a 15. That's a 15 total.
15 does succeed. With
I was like, I'm gonna die to a bridge.
It was like, we're all gonna die. We're gonna lose so many spell slots. You step
Episode
on
2, a bridge takes half the fucking portal area.
Right.
The back part of the bridge does not snap, but you hit one this time. But Pendley, you've been paying attention. You walk on dangerous stuff all the time. You know what slippery rocks look like, and now you know what bad boards look like. You hit it, and you can feel it falling under your pressure, but you pick up the foot, and then there sitting is a piece of board that's broken all the way down, but not all the way through. It's just hanging there limply. You step over it and continue on.
Penley kind of stumbles but gets his footing, and he's like, I wasn't paying attention again. Let's go. This going is a good idea.
It's at that point you guys cross the bridge successfully. Very well done.
Hell yeah.
We did it. You guys did it. I can't even say we because I was already. Well, I guess me and Dorian did it.
We did it.
Yes.
I high five you
We're
with my
here.
feathers.
I high five you with my feathers. Ardeen, you okay?
She's been having a slight heart attack this entire time. Yes. I'll be fine.
Scared of heights, huh?
Well, just a little. That bridge also did not look great.
Oh no.
Well,
That's why I
listen.
wanted to fly across.
Too many bridges like that, and I could maybe potentially develop a fear of heights. It was kind of worrying for a sec. Got a little dicey. But
It was
we
okay.
did
You
it.
were there. You saved me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna have to have a conversation with Randvari. This is definitely not OSHA approved. This bridge.
Oh shit.
OSHA, yeah.
Is that the water goddess?
The ocean?
Sort of. They make sure everything everywhere is safe all the time.
Whoa.
Sounds like a tiring job.
I bet.
Or a really strong guy.
Practically impossible.
Clearly
Interesting.
Paladin of OSHA.
Paladin of OSHA? That'd be amazing.
Brandon,
Yo.
you want number 1 or number 4?
Number 4.
You all continue walking down the path, and Tromper is saying things like,
It's not ominous at
Hey,
all.
hey, this is kind of... Tromper's saying things like, oh, I recognize that, and yeah, we're getting close. I've been over here before. This is where the cave is. And you feel as though you're getting closer and closer to the actual... You feel like you're getting closer to where Renvari is. Ernest!
Yeah.
You start to notice something a little odd. In the sediment of the dirt all around you, you start to see these little clusters. These little rock clusters. They look like little mounds, like small little anthills. And you see one up first, and it's like over there off the right side of the road, and it's just a little mound. And it looks like just a bunch of rocks kind of stacked up together. And then you keep going around, and there's another one. About the same size, roughly the same composition. Very similar. And in time, you see like half a dozen of these things as you're walking. And I imagine Ernest looks down his feet a lot when he walks because he wants to not fall. And so, Ernest, you see many of these things as you continue walking towards Renvar's house.
Anthills.
They look like anthills as far as shape and probably kind of texture, but they're very clearly rocks. And like you can see bigger, larger chunk rocks in there too.
Someone's been stacking rocks. And he points down, shows the party.
You all see these strangely stacked rocks, and they're rocks of various different kinds, various different ores and minerals and sediments, and it looks like a random assortment of rocks potentially.
Anybody know what those are?
How tall are these like stacks of rocks? Are they like knee height,
Like
waist
three
height?
or 4 inches.
Okay, so like knee
Little
height.
bit rocks, like knee height. Yeah.
You say knee height or me height?
You said knee height, and I was like, yeah.
Is this something your friend would do, Miss Trombley?
Maybe. Alasta, make an investigation check as you're looking at these rocks.
Of course.
Maybe he was really into rocks. Big fan. Blacksmith, you know?
Big fan.
All right, Forge. Can I use not the Forge?
Where's the clip for that?
Can I, Daniel? Can I?
I don't
Can
care
I
what
not
you,
use?
I don't care what you roll with Elasta, but that
For
natural
the audience
one,
here, the
Yeah, they
rolling
get it.
sound effects that
Oh my
yes.
god, we just need to edit all of Max's rolls together in a little thing tonight. Shattered glass. Yeah.
Oh man. So what's that total on your investigation, Elasta?
1.
One one for a total of 1?
I'm a sorcerer.
So, gosh, these are some weird ass rocks. The only thing
Are those rocks?
Yeah, you're not even quite sure. The only thing you're certain of is that, and it doesn't mean anything to you, Elasta. Like you don't even think about it. You're not from here. You're like the air. Like this is Earth. You don't do
Rocks are stupid.
Rocks are dumb. You go over there and you pick it up, and you all watch Elasta pick up one of these rocks, and all the rocks come up all at once. Like they're glued together. And Elasta's just like, this is weird. What a strange rock. And like she presses it and they all flatten out. But they're all sticking together still. It's like, and Elasta's like, I rolled a natural 1. Is this how
Nature
rocks are?
I've never seen rocks before.
I didn't know rocks do this.
Yeah.
They
Like-
don't.
I've never seen one do it like that,
But
but
it's doing it, so clearly they do.
I would say Ernest, so Ernest, depending, you go over there, you look at it. It looks like you both go over there, you did not roll natural 1s. I'd like you both to give me a nature check.
yeah, sure, yeah. I feel like Penley is suitably confused, so would perhaps try to investigate.
Yeah, that's a 16 for old Ernest.
16.
Where is my nature? 9.
9 total? Okay. Ernest, you're a man of rocks. You know rocks. You've seen
I do.
rocks. You've seen many of them in your travels. You've held some, you've kicked some around, thrown them. You're very familiar with rocks. There is in the middle of this cluster, and Pendley, you see this as well with your 9. In the center of the whole mass, there's like a onyx kind of colored rock that has these little white flecks in it. And it's very clearly acting like a magnet. But it's not simply grabbing other magnetic materials and bringing it to them. It's grabbing everything that's sediment. Everything that would be a rock. Anything that's got trace amounts of iron or copper or steel or iron or copper or gold or any kind of raw material. And it's even's got the smallest pieces. They're sticking to this piece. And as you move it around, all the rocks want to stick back to it. And it takes you, it would take you, you gather, it would take you a minute to pull all the other rocks off of it. Because it's acting like a magnet for everything.
I relay that information.
And
I don't think rocks normally stick together, do they?
They're doing it
No.
right now, so they definitely do.
Well,
Doesn't.
And I think
Weren't
some
we,
of them have
like,
the capability to.
Chomper's friend was a blacksmith, and this is pulling rocks together. I think maybe this is how he gathers his materials.
Could be.
That makes
Chompery.
as much sense as anything to me. And also looks to trompery.
yeah, I'm not a big rock girl myself, but it
Don't
makes
they suck?
sense.
You're not a
Were
fan
there?
of
Were there?
rock.
Did we see anything like this at the cabin?
Retro,
Okay.
what's your passive perception, Ernest?
My passive perception. Oh shit! It's a 17.
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, did
you-
we see anything like that?
Yeah, you think about it. You think back on it, Ernest, and all of you with a passive perception over 13, 13. Anything over 13, think back on it, Ernest, you did see some of these at the cabin. Like,
Yeah, these were at the cabin. It's normal.
yeah, there were some of these around the cabin, and like, there weren't any inside, but like, kind of, you saw a few of them, and you've seen the occasional one as you've been walking around, and like, Yeah, you've seen a couple of these little magnet rocks around.
She drops
Alright.
the
Must
rock.
be getting
She's done with it.
close.
I think we're getting close.
That's good
Wow.
news.
I
That
think
was
so.
a long conversation just to say that, but yeah.
What, you don't like you don't like talking about rocks? You don't like talking about rocks?
You don't like
No.
rocks?
Do you like talking about rocks?
I mean,
I love talking about rocks.
I mean, these are very cool rocks. They're magnetic rocks.
They're too
Ernest
what?
is great about talking about rocks.
What's your favorite rock, Ernest?
Well, you know, there's sedimentary and
That's a big
metamorphic rocks.
Whoa, you know
Those
some
are
And-
big
yes,
words.
Ernest.
Hell yeah.
You learned this in school. We know what rocks are.
Ernest went to school.
Where did Ernest go to school?
Ernest
there
went to
even a
school in nature. That's how he knows. Okay.
Rock school.
He has a very specific narrow
I don't
knowledge
think
base. Rocks
anybody's
happen to be
nobody's
happen to
even
be in
named
that.
Here's a
I
list
forget
of
what the third one is. Like,
Igneous.
thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, they're igneous
middle
rocks.
It's like
There's,
here's all the things they teach in school, and here's all the things Ernest knows. Right here is rocks.
That's slipper.
That's it.
Yeah.
As we walk and talk about our favorite rocks and everything that's going on, we'll end the session tonight as we arrive at Ranvari's mine, for lack of a better term. You pull around the corner or you walk for a little while and these little pieces start appearing and a road starts to form itself. Starts to become clear that the road, you found the road again and it leads to a specific area. And you find Ranvari outside of his hut, which is outside of a large cave that cuts deep into the mountain. It's a triangular style, simply built from the surrounding timber, and you can see there are several places where he's cut down trees and things like that to make this little area. This is my little rendition from AI way. So he's cut down the trees to make his little house, a little triangular kind of A-frame style house, simply built for function over aesthetics. This guy is not someone who cares about curtains or anything like that. You can see that there are wheelbarrows and pickaxes, and it looks like he even has like a very rudimentary like railroad system. And I say railroad system, but it's really more like a gondola sort of thing. It's like on a rope, and there's these pieces that go down into the mine and come back in. And it's all extremely well organized between the hut and the cave itself. Brenvar is standing there as well, but very quickly I want you all to make a nature check before we talk about Renvari.
All right. We
Ford.
got another raid. What's up,
18.
Adventure Corp?
Hello, Adventure Corp.
Oops.
What's up? We're here every Wednesday.
Love your name.
Yeah, it's a great name. Adventure Corp. Bruh?
I'm not making any more rolls with Forge tonight.
I only rolled a 7 on my nature
Or
check.
ever again, actually.
You guys should just roll with your Dragonheart dice, which you should do from Mithril
Yeah,
Armory.
13.
I'll definitely make sure to grab them next time.
Yeah, if you show up on Monday night, not this Monday, but next Monday night, you can win those. You can win a nice set of dice over on Mondays at 7:30.
Yeah.
Central Standard Time.
Hashtag sponsor.
Very
That's
spiky.
your sponsor. Nature checks all around. What do we get?
7.
7.
13.
13, 4,
18.
18.
Awesome. Thank you, Pen.
Shout out
Did we
to
all
you.
fail?
Yeah.
Really interested in nature.
Can I use my guidance?
Yeah.
Since the session's about to be
I
over
would-
anyway.
I'm gonna say this makes sense for Ardeen and it makes sense for Pendley. You guys are you're all very well traveled adventurers, You guys have seen dungeons and caves before. Some of them are man-made, but most of them are just naturally occurring. You know, water goes in, they make a cave, it all goes out somewhere. No one really knows how it works, but it's there. Looking at this cave, there is something very explicitly different about kind of where at the top of it, because the mouth of this cave is huge. It's larger horizontally or vertically than it is horizontal. So it's like an oval that points up, right? And at the top of it, it seems very clear to you, to Bentley and Ardeen, that this cave was man-made kind of at the top, or not naturally made at the top, and then is as slowly over time started to get wider and deeper as water has found its way in over time. But it's clear that something explosive made the initial hole where this cave was, as if dynamite exploded and made the cave. But it's very clear that something happened, and this is not just a naturally occurring situation. Something of external force happened to it.
Henley will lean over to Ardeen and be like, "Do you think he made the cave?"
I mean, how good are blacksmiths typically at creating large explosions?
That's a good question. Maybe we can ask him.
And maybe we can. As you look over towards the A-frame house, where stands Ranvar. He's very bulky, but kind of short, like 5'5", maybe 5'6", possibly even shorter. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, he's got boots on, so he might be even taller than that, right? Or he might be even shorter than that, but he's about 5'5", 5'6" or so. Clearly humanoid, dark eyes, really short, like I said, blacksmith arms, big, bulky dude. He wears well-made but rough-spun clothing, and he's got like a little hat on, big salt and pepper black beard. And Renvari stands there holding a box, and he's got probably 30 or 40 of those little black magnet rocks that you saw outside. And he's got them in a box, and he's dumping them into a bigger box. And I think that's where he sees you all approach and sees Trompery, gives you all a wave from about 75 feet away. And I think that's where we'll end it tonight.
Cast Disintegrate.
Hey, we found it.
Not yet. It's
So
too
we
early.
start
for that.
blasting.
Alright, we're all initiative.
He gave me a range. I cast a spell.
Alright. But yes, I think that's where we'll end this session for tonight. I wanted to talk to Ranvari this evening, but I think we just ran out of time. Great job, everyone. I want to go ahead and thank as I send us out of here and we get ready to go on a raid somewhere. I want to thank everyone who has raided us so far. So all these new raiders and everyone who's joined us tonight for the first time in our audience, I want to thank you all for being here. We are here every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific. On Wednesdays, we've got Aroria Origins happening right now as we go through the story of Trompery. On Mondays, we have Fates In, not this Monday, but next Monday. We're taking the week off, but Mondays at 7:30 Central Standard Time is Fates In, which is our long-standing campaign as it wraps up its final arc. And then Laura and I are playing, this Monday I think Laura and I are playing A Way Out. We were supposed to do that last Friday, but we didn't do it, so we're going to do it this Monday. We're going to start that process, and we're going to run a whole bunch of them. And you can see us all there. You can follow us on YouTube, join us on Discord. You can always, of course, follow and subscribe here on Twitch. And I want to thank CJ and Raina, James, and Max, and Brandon for putting on a performance tonight as we head into Ranvari's cave. Should be a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for being here. We will see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.